All right. We are live, just getting things posted to the social medias. Welcome everybody to the month of April. Emmy was here already. Nice, up to 4 likes already. Emmy with the first like. The message was from a while ago. You're down 500. Yeah, no levels being respected this morning. This morning was a pretty wild for sure. No doubt about that. Chase, hey, how you doing? Everybody, do I sound okay? I know I sound a little like I have a cold because I do have a cold, but as far as the mic, how does the mic sound? Give me a 1 if it sounds all right. Good, good. McTung, Chris, Terry, Jim, very good. I was trying to get things locked and loaded before this right here so we could observe how the price behaved if it did break above that key area of resistance right there, but I couldn't get things up in time. But yeah, you can see right there, area broken, and now a very nice follow through. So I'm curious of a back test. So there, in fact, let me get that line mapped out right now. Because I would say do you have some back test potential for the back test and go? Got the break. Does it pull back and then go again? Valid question to throw out there. As always, if you've been here before and you know you're going to like, friendly reminder, please hit that like button. If you're brand new, first off, welcome. No need to hit the like button because I understand you don't know if you're going to like this or not. Oh, here comes maybe the pullback. I got to change my live stream account. There we go. And yeah, let's see if I can get it. I'll just do a few micros to start off the live stream, but try to play a little more conservative if it wants to come down to that green line there. So again, hit that like button. The goal is once again let's go up 5. Let's make it 115 likes as the goal now. Yesterday we hit like 145, and then my internet just started to lose its mind, and it was ridiculous. I had an appointment set up, but then I got a text there's an area outage. So I guess it wasn't my internet per se. It was just another outage, but I don't know what is going on with Mediacom in Iowa. But Mediacom in Iowa, in the Des Moines area, is on the struggle bus. It has not been easy at all. Just 1, 2, 3. Yeah, even right now, it's not even giving me 5. But this will do. This will do. All right, so looking to see if this wants to pull back here. I am interested. So if it pulls back, basically have a little bull flag here that's forming. So we'll see if it wants to pull back there or not. That's what I'm watching right now on the MNQ. How'd everybody's day go so far? How's your morning? It was pretty kind of whipsaw this morning. Well, there was a pullback, but just did not pull back and didn't even go back down to the former breakout point. So I'm going to cancel that order out. For now, as it's just went through the overnight high. Poking around my new platform, Quant Tower, switching over from Thinkorswim, no trades. Are you doing prop firms? Pella, I don't even know. Pelluviet. So at the overnight high, is this going to provide some resistance? I don't feel comfortable going short there, but if you were to tell me that you're, you have a bit of a short position right here, would not call you crazy. I can see the logic. This is the 2-minute time frame, but keep in mind I have multiple monitors, and on other monitors I'm watching other time frames. So, but yes, what you see is the 2-minute time frame. So nobody wanted to tell me how their day went, huh? That bad? Everybody had that bad of days, huh? How's your day? How's your days going? Crickets. All I heard was crickets. Pele Louvet. Pele Louvet. Been on a virtual account since last October. Have to move to a personal account soon. Yeah, you should try prop firms, especially as a newbie. Watching at work, so we'll be better at 5. What do you do for work, Dalton? Assad, love the market at open. Made good money. I don't know what happened suddenly. Market moved up, almost gave up all the profit. Yeah, there was news at 9:45 and news at 10, but all that news happened before. I don't know if there was a tweet or something, but yeah, there's no doubt about it. This right here has just been pretty strong. No, yeah, like I said, the news was at 9:45 and 10 this morning. So what are we doing? Getting long and closing our eyes, or jumping in front of this train? That is a great question. If we get more of a push up, then I'd be interested in potentially a pullback to this overnight high. But I want to see a little bit more of a push up through. So I'm not really interested in this little back test right here. Network engineering trading on the network. Network engineering trading on the side. So clearly not English. You're not an English major, Dalton, because that sentence was terrible in terms of punctuation. I thought you were network engineering trading, but it's network engineering, comma, trading on the side. Freaking engineers. I'm kidding, because I'm a former engineer, so I'm allowed to give other engineers grief. Numbers, we got you. Punctuation, what's that? Emmy gave all yesterday's gains back. Plus, so it's been tough. This was a very, Emmy. I don't think you're along, because I mean, if you think about it, even this opening part here, price shot all the way up here. So I don't know, were there some longs trying to play momentum? Well, they got crushed. And then on the flip side, were there some shorts here that were like, whoa, 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 look at this. The price was all the way up here, and now it's down here, so they're trying to play momentum. So were people getting short? If so, they got crushed. And then the price started to act like it wanted to be strong, so you had longs hopping in. They got crushed. And then during this action, it looked like, hey, the shorts potentially got in, and then they got crushed. So, yeah. I mean, if you did have a rough morning, I get it. I get it. Day is going good. Trading on pocket options. Oh, I don't know what pocket options are. Never heard that. Again, if you're enjoying, or if you know you're going to enjoy, hit that like button. It'd be awesome if we could. I still have the goal to get to 50 likes within the first 30 minutes. We got somewhat close yesterday, but. So if you are enjoying, hit that like button. That is a very, very important button, as I use that to gauge kind of interest and all that good stuff. Look at the 5-minute right now, though. 5-minute just straight up. But I mean, like, what do you do with this? I mean, you short, I guess you could try to maybe build some sort of position, but that's kind of sketchy. Do you go long? I mean, it's been really strong, but there's been basically zero pullbacks. That's kind of sketchy. I mean, really just, and I'm assuming the ES is pretty strong too. Yep, ES going strong. What's the cause of the sudden move to the upside? A bunch of buyers showed up, and there is not enough sellers. That's what caused it to show up. A bunch of buyers showed up, and not enough sellers. Now, why did a bunch of buyers show up? I don't know. Nobody knows that, Assad. What's your guess? Why did more buyers and sellers all of a sudden show up? So but to answer your question, what caused the sudden move to the upside? More buyers showed up than sellers. That's what caused the move. But the why did those buyers show up? I don't know, Assad. What's your theory on that? Why? Stephe, sometimes trading is just so funny. I caught the bottom of that bear trap. Well, Steffi, sometimes you catch the falling knife. Sometimes they catch you. And they catch your jugular. And it's back to the prop firm site you go to get another account. Sometimes the best trade is no trade at all. Agreed. Just made a quick 0.05% on that move up. Wow. I do not measure things in percentages like that, but that's good. I don't know. Honestly, that doesn't seem that good, 0.05%, but I guess I don't know for sure. Job figures below expectations. Yeah, but that stuff was all at 10, right? All that news came out at 10 a.m. Eastern, which was right here. So, like, because there was the news that came out at 9:45, and then there was news that came out at 10, which was basically all this little kind of commotion right here. But everything like that is, this is well past when that news was first released. Hi, is this live? No, this is not live. Nope, this is not live. Yeah, judged by the dip. I think Trump said something about tariff. Yeah, that's possible. That is certainly possible. Where do you guys get your news? I don't get the news. I just know about the news. So that's where an economic calendar comes into play. So like as far as where do you know about the news and what time, economic calendar, but as far as like actually reading the news, I never do that. That's what I use the chart for. Because I don't really care what the news says. I care about what the market thinks about the news. And what the market thinks about the news is reflected in the chart itself. Could just one person hit the like button? Is it stuck at 13? Because I made that request earlier and it has not budged. Maybe it's Stingy Tuesday. We have Stingy Thursday for likes. Where Thursday it was a bear to get people to hit the like button. Maybe we got Stingy Tuesdays too. Stingy like Tuesday. Oh, there we go. All right, it does work, I guess. So we could be getting... So in the 5 minute, that candle there is suggesting that maybe the party needs to take a bit of a breath. But then we have this candle right here. So I'm curious how this candle takes shape. So that's kind of what I'm waiting to see right now. Again, I don't know what to do with this, especially when I look at the 5 minute. Like I was just explaining. I mean, do you go short? I guess you could try to maybe catch some sort of top or build a bit of a position, but you also have to acknowledge you are stepping in front of a very strong upward momentum move. So it seems kind of sketchy to try to build some sort of short, get short right now. On the flip side, I mean, this thing has not had any pullbacks forever. So I'm getting long up around here. I mean, it is strong, but I mean, it's like, that seems kind of sketchy. Oh, I think I know what James is getting at. James, yes, this is live, but there's like a 3 to 5 second delay. He's probably gone because he's like, oh, well, this isn't live. I think that's what he meant, which is why you should never puppet trade me or try to follow me or anything like that, because when I make a move in your world, it's already happened. Does that make sense? I think, is that where you were asking from, James? Were you wondering why it seems like you're in the future compared to me? I'm assuming that's what you actually meant by that. Is this live? Yes, it's live, but there's a 3 to 5 second delay. Yeah, just grinding away. Grinding away. So was anybody here on yesterday's stream when it just cut out? Anybody here for that? I know Dalton was. Or I guess, I don't know. He was here when I came back, but I don't know. Was anybody here for you? Because it just kind of dawned on me how that could have been real bad. No, I just didn't realize people did live day trades. Interesting to see how it's done. Oh, okay, James. Gotcha. Well, yeah, it's done, but as a reminder, James, there is also a delay. Okay. All right. I'd be willing to pick some up here if it wants to pull back to this overnight high. So I'll put an order out there. Look for some sort of move down here. Try to go with the trend, but get a bit of a pullback here. What was I saying? Oh, so yesterday I took a wrong contract, which put me in the hole, and then I was trading, and I was in a trade with a couple NQs, and I got out, brought myself back to green, and then literally, and you can go back and if you watch an archive stream yesterday, you'll see what I mean. It had to have been 5 seconds, and I'm not kidding. Just go back and watch the video from yesterday. It had to have been 5 seconds after I got out of that trade where the stream, you'll notice, it just did a big jump cut, and all of a sudden I'm talking again. But what you don't see is in between that little jump in the video was like 45 minutes. I don't remember what it was. It was like a pretty significant amount of time. Whereas had I been in that trade, it would have been with no internet. It could have been bad. It could have been bad. So I literally escaped with the skin of my teeth yesterday. That was brutal. And hopefully the internet officially has its act together. I'm currently looking for a 5-minute, 8-period pullback. Also currently right below 19,500. No, so you're down a little bit further than I am. Cool. We'll see what happens. We'll see if we actually get more of a pullback or not. Or is this thing just going to keep on grinding higher and higher? I am at this point, I guess, going to just go ahead and get rid of that level. It's served its purpose for now. And I'll go ahead and get rid of that level, or that order, as it doesn't seem like it's going to come down. Look into Starlink. Yeah, Starlink will be that's the plan for the farm. Yeah, once we get out in the country. And yes, good morning, Brian. Yeah, Starlink will be the plan once we get to the farm, but for now, while we're still in town, well, we have something that's theoretically faster, which is the fiber, but we keep getting maintenance things on the text. I think they're doing work. I don't know what they're doing, but I think they could be maybe a little more transparent of what's going on. Someone get long so it pulls back. Exactly. Hate this market. No trades. Oh, you had some trades this morning, didn't you, Assad? I thought you said. What's your overall views regarding tariffs? Well, tariffs raise prices. So I'm not saying that that's if that is my thoughts. Is they raise prices, and now maybe you want to argue that that's a good thing. Maybe you want to argue that's a bad thing. But they raise prices, and I personally I think consumers prefer to have lower prices than higher prices. That's my thought. Feel free to disagree, but I think consumers, especially poor and middle class people, I think they prefer lower prices over higher prices. But that is just my opinion. There is no statistical study behind that. That is just my thoughts. For the same item, that is, right? I understand some things that if it's built with better material, something like that, then of course the price. But if it's just the same thing, then I think that consumers would prefer to have lower prices over the higher prices. So like a truck, for example, I think consumers, or a car, they would prefer not to see the price of a car all of a sudden just go up just because of tariffs. I think they'd like to see the price stay where it's at, if not decrease. But that is my opinion. So my overall view is it's really, I don't know. What do you think about higher prices? Tariffs also reduce demand So prices don't necessarily go up. No, they go up. They go up. That's why the demand is reduced. They go up. And they literally do just go up. I'll give you a real life example. So I own some farmland here in Iowa. I want to get some lime spread on it, just for soil stuff. And the guy that helps me manage the land reached out to the company here that spreads lime and all that sort of stuff. And a lot of that stuff comes from Canada. Canada, we're doing what, the 25% tariffs. So my guy was asking him, yeah, so if these tariffs go up into effect, how's that going to affect you? And he's like, well, if they go into effect, the fertilizer stuff that we're getting from Canada is can anybody guess how much the prices are going to raise? If the tariff's 25%, what number do you think that the guy at the fertilizer company told my land manager? What price? What increased? He said, yeah, prices are going to go up. Can anybody guess the percentage that the price is going to go up when the tariffs are 25%? Yes, 25%. Now, what does that do to farmers? Well, that means farmers have to pay more, right? And what do farmers make? Food. So if farmers have to pay more and they make food, does anybody want to guess what that does to food prices? Anybody want to guess? If now costs to farmers increase and farmers produce food, what does anybody want to throw out a guess of what you think could happen to food prices? Yes. Yeah, exactly. Charlie, it's basic. It's just put yourself in a business owner's shoes. You have a product, and then all of a sudden, that product cost goes up more. As a business owner, you need to reflect that, right? Like if your labor costs all of a sudden or some sort of cost in your business go up, Charlie, then as a business owner, you're looking like, wow, that either just pushed me into the red. I was profitable, but I'm not. So I need to get profitable, or I need to keep those margins because my margins are what keep the business afloat. But if those margins get thrown off as a business owner, what do you do, Charlie? How do you compensate for that? It's not one situation. It's just basic business. Like this isn't rocket science. But if this works, our unemployment rate could dramatic. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the unemployment. What are you talking about? Employment rate? We have more. There's so many jobs right now that people aren't working. We don't need it. It's not like we have an unemployment problem right now. We have like there's too many job openings out like available right now. Like too many. Price gouge, Hawaii style food prices. I did make some trade, but that sudden move up to the upside ate my profit away. Yeah, so but I mean like right now this is continues to be my point. Like I don't know what you're supposed to do with this action. Look at this 5-minute chart. I guess I don't know. Do you try a quick little short off the pivot point? Maybe. I don't know. But I look at this thing. Just straight up it goes. Charlie, study some supply and demand, then get back to me, okay, Charlie? So if demand increases for U.S. suppliers, what does that do for prices? If all of a sudden everybody's like, well, yeah, we have U.S. suppliers, let's just everybody go to U.S. suppliers. What does that do? Supply and demand, Charlie. That will raise prices, Charlie. I don't know why I'm arguing about something that's India whiskey Charlie. He's drunk on whiskey right now. I'm trying to have an economics discussion with him. What am I doing with my life? What kind of choices are these? Clay, can you be president? No, I don't think people would like my. I would last about 2 seconds because my first thing would be Social Security's got to get cut. Social Security, like my first thing would be if you are 45 or younger, Social Security is getting pushed back. Retirement age is going up because that's bankrupting us. But you can't say that in politics. That's how you get the boot. If you actually are honest about that sort of stuff, it's like, no, he wants to take away all your benefits. They'll twist it and it'll be game over. So no, I would have zero chance in politics because that would be what I would start with. Is if you're 45 or younger, then you're going to have a different Social Security system than what we have right now. Because the one right now is not sustainable. You raise your prices as a business owner. I'm not sure what that's in regard to, Ricardo, but yes, that would be a way to hedge against tariffs. Like, people want to argue about them. It's just, like I said, I'm not, that it's just an economic, like, that's just how it works. Like, it's just economics. Like, I know people want to make it all political, like, and they'll try to, like, redefine things based on, like, whatever political affiliation they have. But just, like, strictly, like, all I'm doing is speaking economically. Yeah, they raise prices. That's what they're designed to do. When one country is not competitive with the other, they will make themselves competitive by making their competition's prices go up. That's all they are. Is we can't compete with you, and because we can't compete with you, we are going to artificially inflate your cost so that now it's equal. That's, I mean, like I said, that sounds a bit. All I'll say is there's a great irony out there. There's lots of capitalists that are arguing for socialist policies, which is what a tariff is, right? Because tariff is, or a socialist thing is like equal for everybody, fair for everybody, and that's the whole argument. We can't compete with you. You can charge lower prices than us. Therefore, we're going to make your costs be more expensive. We're going to equal the playing field. Now everybody's cost is the same, but the cost that's the same for everybody now is higher. Therefore, consumers are paying higher prices. Charlie, I know. I can tell you voted for a certain somebody, and you're gonna die on that hill no matter what. So I get it. There's gonna be no convincing you of anything. Some people don't want to have open conversations. They've made up their mind based on who they voted for, and then they're just gonna fight tooth and nail. They're gonna have confirmation bias. They're gonna have blinders on, and they're actually not gonna want to have just a. And like this isn't even a hard conversation. It's just basic economics. Like, tariffs are designed to raise other people's prices so that you can better compete with them. What is happening with STSS? I don't know. We don't really care too much about stocks around here. Are you a day trader, MacPot UK? Could we get some good, maybe we'll get some good education out of this. Thank you, though, for whoever asked about tariffs. I love talking about economics. I actually got a minor in economics in school. That doesn't mean like I have credibility. I'm just saying I enjoy the topic of economics. STS, it looks like a clown fiesta on STSS. What are you doing with this one? I hope you're not in this one. Okay, now you're gaslighting. Nobody's emotional. Like, just because I raise my voice and I mean, would you rather have, hey, Charlie, let's talk about economics. My thoughts on economics are, I think that they raise prices, Charlie. Apparently that's what you want, Charlie, because if I actually get a little animated, it's me getting emotional. No gaslighting, Charlie. Don't gaslight. That's a little crazy. Well, I don't know. Let me take a step back. To be fair, for all I know, maybe Charlie actually does and prefer me to have. Okay, we're looking at the markets now. I'm not sure why somebody would be in STSS. Does not seem like a good decision to me. This thing has fallen down quite a bit, and it's just not looking good. STSS, it's a rough one out there. Let's go back to the world of futures. And now we have the MNQ is having some struggle at the highs here. I don't know if it's going to be able to break through or not. Yeah, I'll pass on that one. I think I'll try to talk with a little bit of passion, a little bit of animation. If I become president, I'm giving my buddies the news beforehand. Then we can split the profit after after you get impeached. Yeah, but the thing with that is that's not even necessarily good enough. Now, in some situations, it is, but just because you know what the news is. Now, again, like if you know that there's about to be a cure for cancer, that's probably a pretty good, solid bet that you know what the market will think. But in a lot of situations, even if you know what the news is, you still don't know how the market is going to react to that news because the market is just a big collection of, entities. So inside information to an extent is only so good. So, but yeah, that is pretty funny. But I think that illustrates, how the market is just kind of a crazy place. Because even if you have inside information, it still doesn't mean that you would make money per se. Because you have no idea how the market's going to take or what it's going to do with that information. Because I don't know if we've all been there, but if you've been around long enough, you've had those situations. And I still do the game with myself every now and then. During earnings season, I'll read a headline. And okay, this company did this, and this. I'm like, okay, they are probably up right now. And then I look and it's down. Or it's like, oh, that is terrible. They're down right now. And then I look and then they're up. And, because sometimes bad news is good news is bad news. But, yeah, it's an interesting phenomenon for sure. And I know we're not really talking too much about, but like I said, we're kind of just waiting right now. So I don't even remember who brought up the question about tariffs, but that was a good conversation as we wait. But not a whole lot. Did I leave orders out there anywhere? I better click that button because I don't know. Okay, so I would just give you feedback. I was not attacking you. I was saying if that's what you prefer, then fine. I'm just saying that just because somebody is animated doesn't mean they're emotional. It just means they're animated. Like you're trying to wow, you're getting all upset because no, I'm not upset. I'm just talking in an animated way. And now nor am I attacking you. That's what I mean. You are gaslighting without I think even realizing you're gaslighting. Nobody is attacking you. You sound like you're waiting in line for the toilet. I love your vibe. I need to get. Oh, okay, I guess Terry wants me to talk like this. Or I guess I don't know if that's the good vibe or not. MLGO. How do you become a better trader? By learning how to answer the question, is the risk logical? Is the list compared to the reward? That's how you do it. You got to answer that question. You got to be able to know, is the risk I'm about to take, does it make sense? Is it valid compared to the potential reward? A basic question, but a very in-depth one to answer. So you got to be able to figure that stuff out. Now Trent, my real answer is extremely biased, and I don't feel like dealing with you're just saying that because you sell something. But I would say I do offer stuff at claytrader.com. I'm biased. I think that could I think that stuff could help you become a better trader. At claytrader.com. MLGO has been an absolute. So here's a true story. Sad story, but a true story. MLGO. Get this out of the way. This isn't actually doing it justice. Let's go to the 5 minute. There we go. So true story, sad story. The day was April 1st, the year 2025. MLGO opened up here at that level. And this level was at, let's just call it $32. Oh, I don't think this is on here. Let me adjust the chart real quick. There we go. So $32, this thing opened up. Actually, went up a little bit higher than that, but we'll just call it 32. There are some poor souls that were buying right here. And then it went back I'm going to buy the dip. And then they're like, I'm going to buy the dip. And then this thing went from 32 all the way down to $17 in about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 times 5. That's 50. That's 30. That's 80 minutes. So 80 minutes. 80 minutes. Sad, sad thing. Absolute gap and trap bloodshed on MLGO. To be fair, this thing is also not that long ago was down below like the 5s, and it has made a very big move up. But yeah, MLGO has been a train wreck. Brutal, brutal movement on ML. So who asked about that? Soko, hopefully you didn't buy MLGO this morning, did you? Soko, where's your entry point at? I bought IRBT at $9. Where's IRBT? This isn't gonna like scar me, is it? Oh, is that iRobot? It is. Where's this one at? Oh. Didn't this one used to be really high? Yeah, this one used to be like a monster. Like, where's COVID time? This thing, yeah, this one up over in the hundreds. And you bought it at 9. Well, what was your stop at? Era random. What was your stop at if you bought at 9? Again, if you are enjoying, hit that like button. Let's make a run up to 50 here. Been a while since I've asked. Can we get this up to 50 likes? We're at 36. If you are enjoying, I used to trade those. They can be brutal. Yeah, no, for sure. And the thing is, it's all your money too. That's being risked. Unlike Pam's plant strategy. Consumers front the cost of tariffs in the short term, but in the long term, do you think there are benefits? I don't know. If you think higher prices are a benefit, I can attest to the stuff Clay sells. It has helped. Oh, thank you, Paul. Yeah, you're a student. I thought we were going to hear the muffler story. I can only bear to tell that one every now and then. That's just a painful one to tell. Tweezer top 10-minute. I should probably be looking at this one more. We are finally getting the pullback. We'll see if it wants to come down some more. As a newbie, do you recommend we paper trade for 6 months? No, I recommend you need to learn what you should be paper trading. Practice does not make perfect. If you go and practice the game of basketball using a hockey stick, are you practicing? Yes, you are. Are you practicing wisely? Are you practicing what you should be? No, you are not. So step 1 is to learn what you should be practicing and make sure it's actually what you should be practicing, and then you go practice those things. So, James, my question would be to you, do you know what to practice? And please don't say, I'm going to practice making money. No, that's not what you want to practice. Because bad decisions, bad behaviors, the market will reward you. You can make money doing dumb things. But the problem is, if you equate, I made money, therefore that was a smart thing, that's the wrong path to be on. I had MSBI as a dividend stock to hold, but I'm wondering if I should get out. I don't know. I don't know your income strategy. I don't know what you're trying to do. So, yeah, I don't know. I like that right there as an entry. I could, I'll go try to get 3 there if it wants to come down to that green line. Come down a little bit more. There we go. What's your opinion on ORB? Is that a stock or is that you mean the opening range break? Because I got opinions. Okay. So the opening range break. I'm just throwing this out as a question. Let's say that there is a strategy, and this strategy is like valid and it works, and it's profitable, and it's just, it works. It's profitable. You can make money from it, and it works. And this is what it requires. You have an upper part and then a lower part. All you do is you got to wait XYZ amount of time, okay? So XYZ amount of time for this thing to form. And then if it goes above, you buy. And then if it goes below, you get short. And then does it work every time? It doesn't, but just broadly speaking, it works. You'll be profitable. You'll make money. Okay. Is that a very easy? Is that like hard or easy? I think I don't want to speak for everybody, but I think most people would be like, yeah, that's very easy. That's very straightforward. You wait XYZ amount of time to get this range, and then you're either buying or you're going short the range. Doesn't work every time, but it does work because, over time you'll make money and all that. If it were that easy, in my opinion, this is my opinion, I would think that you would have success rates a little bit higher than what they are from just a day trading standpoint. Day trading, very hard. Not a whole lot of people find success. But if this actually worked, like if that's all you had to do, in my opinion, success rates would be a little bit higher. So that's my opinion. I'm just throwing that out there as a thought experiment. Oh goodness. Don't. Let me put it this way. Anybody that sells a strategy is trying to, how do I put this? There's no such thing as a one-size-fits-all strategy. Whoever is selling a strategy, my claim is not, it doesn't work for them. Okay, fine, it works for them, but are you them? No, you're not them. What makes you different? You have a different risk tolerance. For example, if you ask, hey, how do I have fun? And then one person's like, hey, I go skydiving. And another person's like, I like to read a book. Are either of those people wrong? No, they're not wrong. Because, well, they have different definitions of fun because they have different risk tolerances. So anybody that, well, what do you think about this strategy or that strategy? No, you have to figure out what works for you. And these strategies that are, I get it, they're super easy to follow, they're super easy to do, and they do work. But if trading were seriously that easy as just waiting XYZ amount of time and then either buying the breakout of that range or going short the breakdown, and then over time you'll be okay. If it were that easy, why aren't the success rates higher? That's the only thing I'm throwing out there. That's the only thing I'm throwing out there. Just something to chew on. Something to chew on. But from a sales perspective, yeah, I mean, it's kind of easy to sell stuff. You're like, hey, just use my strategy. Just use it. Whereas me, I do sell stuff. I sell courses. I sell mentorship. But here's my sales pitch. I'll teach you the tools. I'll teach you how to use the tools. I'll teach you how to use them wisely. But you got to figure out what works for you because I'm not you. You're not me. We both have different risk tolerances. So you got a lot of work ahead of you. Yeah, but can I just buy your strategy and I'll just do your strategy because I don't feel like actually doing a bunch of work. No. I'll teach you the tools. I'll make sure you're using those tools properly, but it's on you to take those tools and build something, experiment, figure out what's going to work best for you and your situation. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of work. I'm just going to go with this dude over here that's just selling me a strategy. So I do not have a whole ton of, I've been around over 10 years, so I have a good amount of students, but I'm well aware my sales pitch is not the most attractive, if you will. Because people want to just buy a strategy. Why does somebody want to just buy a strategy? Because they don't want to do any work. Why does somebody buy a weight loss pill or weight loss this or that? Because they don't want to do any work. They just want the magic solution. It's human nature. There's a reason why not too many people succeed. Now, this isn't the only reason, but people don't want to put in the work. So I don't know if I answered the question, but I'll just throw it out there. That's a nice strategy. I'm not claiming it does not work. Sure, it works. Of course it works. But does it work enough to produce successful traders? I don't think so, because I don't see a bunch of people walking around with a bunch of success. Yeah, you have people that, nail it here and there so it can create perceptions, but like if that were that easy, you would think that like the smartest people in the world would have figured that out by now. Like, well, that's all you have to do? You just have to wait XYZ amount of time and then you just either buy or short? Like, there are billions of dollars on Wall Street. They're kind of good at figuring stuff out. And if enough people are doing something, it no longer works. How do you improve your work ethic? Well, I would start that by saying, do something you like to do, and then that way it doesn't feel like work. All right, I got to stop talking here. But yeah, then sometimes you just do it. You just have to do it. You don't have a choice to do it. Whoa, buy bid. Okay, I'm in there. Okay, stop loss now in the green. So I will for sure make money. Just a question of how much money am I going to make, and stopped out there. So quick little scalp on that one. Could have been more had this thing all of a sudden just whoop up for me, because I still had one, but it came down and decided to stop me out. All right, let's get this up to 50. Let's make a push to 50 here. We're almost at an hour and we're not even at 50 likes. The goal is 115. I'm getting a little worried here. Hit that like button if you're enjoying. Hit the like button if you're enjoying. And I don't know, do you enjoy kind of the random, well, it's not really random. I would still argue it's also market based. I mean, tariffs are that's economics, that's money based. But let me know if you enjoy. Wow, look at that. Boom, 51, just like that. Let's go. Clay, why did you stop practicing engineering? Because it made more sense to do trading and do everything else that I started to do. Financially speaking, and I enjoy teaching way better. So when I was in high school, my final year of my senior year, you went to the last 3 weeks worth job shadowing 3 careers. I did an engineer, I did a lawyer, and then I went back to my spent a week with my 5th grade teacher, and that was so fun. I really enjoyed that. I really do enjoy I really enjoy teaching. But I went and got an engineering degree because when I was in school, I graduated in 2006. I don't even remember what was going on. There was some sort of recession. Something was going on in like the early 2000s. Not the bubble burst, but something else. It was just a little sketchy. So then I was like, oh, engineering. Oh, good. Well, yeah, engineers are in demand. Okay, so if I want to get a job, I'd probably should get an engineering degree. And long story short there, before I even started my senior year of high school, before I even started my senior year of college, because I did an internship the summer before, I had a job offer already. And at that time, this was 2006, job offer for a good amount of money. Even now, I think would be considered a good amount of money. I don't know. Is it bragging if I tell you what I made, what my job offer was 20 years ago? I don't know. Is that bragging? Is that awkward? Is that cringy if I tell you what my opening offer was 20 years ago? I honestly don't know. What's a policy where it no longer becomes cringy because it's so long ago that it's not cringy? Because I'm not trying to be cringy. This guy's talking about it. I'm like money nowadays. Yeah, I'll talk broadly about it. But then, is that okay? Okay, yeah. So back then it was I think it was 52,000. So here I am as a kid still. I'm like, man, I got this job offer, $52,000 a year, but I still got to go through another year of school. You want to talk about being demotivated during that senior year. And that's also when I started to learn about trading and the markets and all that sort of stuff. So I was like, man, this trading, this market stuff is awesome. I already got a job locked in. I'm going to be making $52,000. What am I doing in school? Why am I taking this test right now? It was brutal. But point being is I got an engineering degree just because I wanted the job. It was never truly my actual passion. I always liked teaching. But long story short, the question was, why did I get out of engineering? Because I really never liked engineering in the first place. Plus, by getting out of it when I went out on my own, it allowed me to do what I wanted and liked teaching, allowed us to get back to where my wife's family was in Michigan, although we are now in Iowa. What am I doing? Why did I just watch this breakout? And I'm not making any... What? Like, I didn't even register that in my mind. I think because I'm reflecting back, I'm trying to think. That was weird. I'm still kind of new to live streaming, so I'm figuring some stuff out. But I literally just watched... I don't even know. Did I have this line drawn in place before it broke? I think I did, but I don't even know that. Can anybody confirm that I had that line in place before it broke, or did I put that line in afterwards? Honest question. I don't even know, because I was so deep in the story there. Was it before? I honestly, it didn't even register with me. Not even close to registering. Like, there's that trend line. Oh, there's the break. Maybe didn't even register. That was weird. But yeah, so that's why I don't even know how I got down that rabbit hole, but that's why I'm no longer in engineering, because I never really liked it in the first place. It's okay for base salary. You can look at it. That's true. Did you have a teacher yourself, or did you teach yourself to trade? No, I taught myself to trade, which was a disaster. And I get it. Like, you're just saying all this, Clay, because you sell a mentorship course. And that's fair. That's a fair point. But when I got into real estate investing, I did this video way back when. So just to show that I really do believe in investing in your education, investing in the structure. Because when I got into real estate investing, maybe that was in the second one. Let's see. Where is it? Okay, maybe I gotta do... I can't remember. Oh, there we go. This should bring it up. Here we go. So way back when, this was like one of the first or second videos I did back in 2013 when I started the channel. Who is that sprightly, young-looking fella? That's a good-looking guy there. He's a good-looking guy. But anyways, I did this video, and I went through all of the stuff I paid for my real estate investing. It was just like shy of $5,000. So I say that because I taught myself trading. It was, ugh. I'm like, I'm not doing that when I want to get into real estate investing. I'm like, I'm not going through that experience again. So I very, very gladly handed over $5,000 to various means to learn, and I've made back that $5,000. It was a good investment. I'll just leave it at that. So yes, that is why I recommend, if you want to learn, yeah, I recommend my stuff. I recommend investing into education. But I do understand your perspective of, well dude, you're just going to say that because, of course you're going to say that because you sell stuff. And that's a fair point. But I really do believe it, and that's why I did that video, to show that, no, I really do believe it, and that's where I map out and show the cost for everything. That he thinks he's got a pretty face. Fair enough. Fair enough. You're right. It's not a pretty face. It's a magnificently beautiful face. Thank you for calling me out. Pretty. I'm not doing myself enough justice. Hey, do you want to? So here's something I heard it years ago. But like, girls have no problem like saying other girls are pretty. Have you noticed that? I think most people here are guys. But give me one. Have you noticed like girls have zero problem of you know, telling like, oh, you're pretty, or oh, she's pretty? Like, have you noticed that? I'm not the only one that's noticed that about girls. Is that true in your life experience? Okay. For at least two of you. So Mohammed and Chris. All right, cool. So then somebody once said, well, do you want to know how if a dude thinks another dude is good looking, do you know how that's measured? I was like, how's that measured? He's like, if you look at a guy and you're like, yeah, I would not mind looking like that, then that means you find that guy attractive. That means you think he's handsome. That's how guys do it. They don't verbally say anything, but if you look at a dude and you're like, yeah, I wouldn't mind looking like him, then that means you think he's attractive. That's how guys do it. Dumb logic? I think that's pretty good logic. I think that's pretty good. Glee, I'm trying to. I remember you, Glee. Yeah, you roasted me a couple last week at some point, but then you also did do very nice super chat, and you take constructive criticism well. I'm trying to learn day trading on my own now, but it's been insanely frustrating and honestly insanely boring. How do I combat this? Just ignore the feeling? No, that's you're like proving my point about why I sell what I sell. I don't sell a magical system. I don't sell a magical strategy. I sell structure. Because of Glee right there. The internet's filled with a bunch of random information. Some of it's good, some of it's bad, but even if you get all the good stuff somehow cherry picked out, which I don't know how you would ever do, because when you're new and just getting started, you don't know what's good, you don't know what's bad, because you're new. But even if I concede you're somehow able to luck out and pick out all the good bits of information, you still don't even know what order you should learn about that information. It's like somebody that wants to learn math. Like, let's just somehow say they pluck out all the good parts and true parts about math, but then they're like, okay, let's learn about algebra, then we're going to learn about addition, then we're going to learn about geometry, then we're going to learn division, then we're going to go to calculus, and then we're going to go to subtraction. Like, they're going to be totally overwhelmed. So Glee, whether it's mine or somebody else's, just pay for some sort of structured education. The whole, why would I pay for anything? It's all for free on YouTube. That's true, but welcome to the, but it's also very overwhelming. It's very frustrating, like you're saying. So there's no free lunch. There is no free lunch. You're either going to, get some structure in your learning, which I would argue makes it faster, makes it more efficient. Or you can go, well, I'm not going to pay. It's all for free on YouTube. Well, you're going to pay via stupid mistakes. You're going to pay via being overwhelmed. You're going to pay via wasting your time because you're going to learn about things in order and then trip yourself up. So pick your poison. Pick your poison. Clay, do you fast? I do fast. I am a big believer in fasting. Yes. Clay needs a talk show. You can be I kind of have a talk show when I had the podcast. Jeff, don't be a JJ. That's right. Who was here for JJ yesterday? Whiskey Charles. Said he left. I guess when he got, I guess I personally attacked him too much or something. I hurt his feelings. I don't know. Pool time. That was still so wild. I watched that breakout and it didn't even register in my mind. Yusef, have you been here before? Have you heard about Pam's plant? Your name looks familiar, but maybe you have not. Forex versus equities versus futures. Why choose one over the other? I could swear you've already heard the sales pitch on this. Or not even the sales pitch, just the flat out argument. Trading is boring. It should be. The excitement gets your emotion involved. Yeah, trading should be boring. If you're like doing trading for the rush of it, you don't have the right motivations. And if you feel like you're on a roller coaster while you're trading, or you have an adrenaline rush while you're trading, something's off. But I mean, have you been to the live stream, Yusef? What did JJ do? JJ was an interesting character. Do you think nope, my first. Okay. All right, well, I'll give you that because it's a good question, Yusef. And but let me ask you are you wanting to day trade? Are you wanting to be a day trader? So we got to figure out what category are you in. Because you're asking about Forex, equities, and futures. But we got to figure out what category. Are you wanting to be a day trader? Okay, day trader. Yeah, then futures is by far way better than all of those, and it's not even close. Not even close. Do you use Elliott Wave in your lessons? No, I don't cover Elliott Wave. How long do you fast for? I'm a little bit more on the extreme. We won't get into my fasting schedule. I'm an outlier. Do you think the market bottom up? Do you think the market bottom up? I'm not sure what you mean by do I think the market bottom up. I'll explain why in just a second, Yusuf. I'll explain why in just a second. Can I learn to day trade on the side of full-time job Monday to Friday, work from 7 to 2? Then when I come home, the U.S. market opens at 2:30 p.m. I'm trying to do both. Yeah. You definitely want to learn. You definitely want to have a full-time job. We want income streams. You don't want to just quit your job to be a day trader. That's too much. I bought a course, but learning this stuff has been insanely boring. I've seen learning a few months now. Some people say they study for years before. Well, you bought the wrong course then. I think you bought the wrong course. If you're bored, the person's just not teaching it right. Top 2 favorite movies? Braveheart and Dumb and Dumber. Easy one. Easy one. In fact, I challenge anybody, give me a line from Dumb and Dumber. I'll be able to do the next line. Dumb and Dumber, not any of the other abominations, the original. I have that movie memorized. If you don't believe me, give me a line, and I'll quote the context. I'll give the next following line. Nah, Gladiator's overrated. It's overrated. I mean, it's not bad, but it's overrated. No, that's not. That's when they're looking at the owls at the ice the fundraiser they go to. But that's not the actual line. I think it's a nice set, they say. Yeah, okay. Salty War Pig, you had a second pair of gloves the whole time? Yeah. We're in the Rockies. See? So you're telling me there's a chance. So the line before that is, what are the clever writing was he gets so nervous he reverses it. He says, what are the chances of a guy like you and a girl like me getting together? Not good. Not good like 1 in 100? I'd say more like 1 out of 1,000,000. So you're telling me there's a chance. Yeah. Yep. You are not going to stump me with Dumb and Dumber. Not going to stump me. You should already enjoy looking at graphs and charts if you want to trade. Otherwise, it'll just be boring. Yeah, that's a fair point, Mad Mac. You have to have kind of a passion for it. The laxative overdose scene is legendary. Yeah. That's for full effective relief. Yeah, the IOs, those are as good as cash. Those are IOUs. No, you don't need to know how long I fast for. Start at 8 hours. Or excuse me, start at 16 hours with an 8-hour window. Start there. All right. So on the 5-minute, what I'm watching is we have this pivot point up here with the dotted brown line. And that is certainly that's where the sellers are hanging out. That's where the key resistance is right now. Right slightly below that pivot point right there. So we'll see if the price can push up through that level or not. But Yusuf asked, hey, I want to be a day trader. What do I think about Forex versus stocks versus futures? And futures is the no-brainer choice due to this right here known as Pam's Plant, which I'll quickly go through. So the P of Pam's Plant, in the world of stocks and options, if you don't have $25,000, you fall under the pattern day trading rule. And pattern day trading rule means you're not allowed to day trade as much as you want. They limit it down to you get 3 day trades, a day trade being you buy and sell in the same day, but you can only do that 3 times every 5 days. In the world of futures, no pattern day trading rule. They're open basically around the clock. So if you need a little bit of flexibility in your schedule, futures offer that. They have great movement, and I'll show you this in a little bit too. But the best part about the movement is the ability to control it. Absolutely fantastic, and you can control it at no extra cost, as I'll show you. You can short whatever. A lot of people like to short penny stocks or the micro caps or small caps because they're very volatile. A lot of them are garbage companies, so they go down. But in the world of futures, you just short. Short whatever you want. You don't have to locate shares. You don't have to pay extra. You don't have to do any of that stuff. Zero hassle, no extra fees. You simply just short. And then the second S, stop scanning. In the world of stocks and crypto and stuff, you got to scan, right? You got to find what's a hot stock, what's a hot crypto, what's moving, what's this. And sometimes you have to pay extra for scanners, but you got to wake up early. You got to run your scans. You got to do all this sort of stuff. And I know some companies, they pay for, they've created scanners, they sell scanners. Scanners are part of their platform. Unfortunately, that's a thing of the past. That's a thing of the past. You don't need scanners because with futures, you're going to trade the same thing every day because the same thing every day gives you multiple opportunities. So you get to save your time from needing to run scans, and you save your money from needing to spend money on scanners themselves. And then plant, the P of plant, prop, firm, power. Prop firms are amazing. So the strategy of Pam's plan is trading futures through a prop firm. So the L, low capital required. How does a prop firm work? Well, at the get-go, the way the prop firm works is they will just allow you to choose a certain amount of purchasing power. So over here, you can see the amount of purchasing power, and you just choose which one you want. And then to get, let's just say, $50,000 of purchasing power, it would cost you only $119. So you don't need a whole lot of money at all to get involved with prop firm trading. The second part, and this is a huge one, added risk control via two ways. The first one is the rules. Part of a prop firm is you have to prove yourself as a trader, and then they'll move you into what a lot of them call like a pro account. And the pro account is where when you make that money, you get to keep the money. But you first got to prove yourself. So point being though, in order to prove yourself, and then even within these pro accounts, there are rules, and these rules force you to think about risk. They think you to think about risk control, risk management, and think about all those things that are pretty boring because it's way funner to talk about how much money you can make. But the things that actually matter as traders is risk management, risk control, and the rules that they impose upon you will force you to think about the things that actually matter. And I would argue that is a good thing. If you're being forced to think about and consider about the components of trading that truly matter, that is a good thing. And then the second part of risk control is your own money is protected. How so? Again, going back to these numbers. So in order to get the 50,000, all you would put up is 119. And then during the test phase here, you would need to make 3,000, but you're not allowed to lose 2,000. But let's say you have a bad day, you go on tilt, you start revenge trading, you start forcing trades, you lose your mind. It happens. Or I don't know, maybe you just get caught in a crazy, nasty move, and boom, $2,000. Now, if you're using your own money in stocks or Forex or crypto or options, and you get caught in one of those circumstances, well, that $2,000 is yours. That money is gone out of your account. Not so here. Now, yes, you would technically fail the challenge. They would take the account away from you, which you could get again, but you would quote unquote fail. But how much money did it actually cost you out of your pocket? Not 2,000. It only cost 119. So that's what I mean about the risk control in the sense of protecting your own money. Because if you have one of those moments where it's whoops, that was dumb, but I learned a lot, the question becomes, how much do you want that to cost you? Do you want the whoops, that was dumb, but I learned a lot to cost you 2,000? Or would you like it to cost you 119? I can only speak for myself, but I think it's a little wiser to only have those sorts of movement or moments cost you 119 compared to the full amount, which is what I grew up doing. Before all this stuff existed, my whoops, that was really dumb, but I learned a lot. It's like, well, wow, that was like a $3,000 lesson. Whereas now it is much less than that. And then nuclear explosion growth, you can do copy trading. So in the world of future in the prop firms, you can have multiple accounts. The one I use and recommend you can have up to 5, meaning you can make one trade, and if on that one trade, let's say you make $200, but if you copied it to your 4 other accounts, you actually just made $1,000 because sure, you only made the one trade for 200, but your other accounts, because you copied it to it, also made that same trade. So you made one trade for 200, but ultimately you're walking away with $1,000 because $200 per account times 5 account gives you the 1,000. So growth can be very, very explosive. Now, of course, it does work backwards too. If you're a total moron, well, then you can just blow up a bunch of accounts all at once too. But the potential is there. And then tax reporting is easy. All the prop firm does, at least the one I use and recommend, they just send you a 1099 and that's it. So you take one form to your accountant, the 1099, and there you go. So that would be why I would recommend not only futures, but futures through a prop firm. This is an undefeated argument. I have had nobody be able to push back against this in the category of day trading. Usually people attack me. Well, you're only saying this because. It's like, no, that's attacking my motives. Don't attack Pam's plant. It is undefeated. There have been no valid or persuasive arguments on why Pam's plant is not the best way to go about things, again, within the category of day trading. So, Yusuf, you asked, I answered. Other people, I know you've probably heard Pam's plant before, but had to get it up there. So, there is Pam's plant and why I think that it makes definitely by far the most sense. So, if there are any, and I'll put the link. So if you're looking for a way to support the channel and get the promotion right now, 30% off and then no activation fee, use that link right there. I'll put in the chat room. It's also pinned. And like I said, that is an easy way to support the channel. You're welcome, Yusuf. Again, if you are enjoying, hit that like button. I notice if I don't ask, we fall way far behind. So again, if you are enjoying, make sure you hit that like button. We got to get, we still got a while until we get to that 2-hour mark, but we definitely need to be up at 100, if not slightly above 100 within the next 48 minutes. So we still have time, but again, if you are enjoying, if you want the party to keep on moving and to get more analysis and such, hit that like button. That is going to be the way to communicate that. I don't know. So is this thing going to break out? It's looking like it's got a chance. So out of curiosity here, who has never traded futures or who has never seen futures even trade? Give me a 5 if you've never traded futures or you've never seen futures trade. Give me the number 5 in the chat box. Never seen futures or never even heard of futures. Well, at least one of you. Tough crowd, tough crowd. Let's see. Follow-up question. Do you prefer trading reversals or trend continuation? It doesn't matter, Yusuf. You got to figure out what works for you. What I prefer is zero relevance to you. That is up to you to experiment to figure out what jives best with you. I heard of futures, but this is my first day demo trading them on Tradeovate. Good, Danny. Glad you have moved into the world of futures. What were you trading beforehand, Danny? And what do you think so far? Is this going to be the final? Let's see. Uh-oh. Options. So what do you think of futures? Granted, I realize this is your first day doing it, but what do you think about futures compared to options? From a day trading standpoint, that is. I'm assuming you were day trading options. Futures is simple, yet moves very fast. There we go. And you know what, Danny? There is zero theta. I opened an account the other day, Clay. Did you use my link, Glee? Hopefully. Yeah, no Greeks. Exactly. No theta. That in and of itself would be my defeating argument compared to why would you do futures over options? Because in the world of options, this action right here is just a killer. This sideways movement, if you need this thing to break out, all of this right here is just nasty, nasty because theta is eroding that contract. Clay, oh my goodness. Clay, do you know the ORB trading strategy? I do know it, and I just had a big discussion on it like 20 minutes ago. Yeah. That's what I mean. Everybody is talking about this ORB. It's like, seriously, if trading was that easy, again, my claim is not that it doesn't work. Sure, it works. Everything works every now and then. But if trading were seriously that simple, and that's all it took to have success as a trader, why are success rates not higher? Why is it not in the news that we have a shortage problem because everybody is just becoming day traders because they're using this ORB strategy? Like, why is that not the case? I know it's popular because it's very straightforward. It's very simple. And it does work from time to time. But does it work enough to make somebody like overall successful? As far as I'm aware, the stats do not bear that out. Hey, Mike. I have nothing against it, but trading is going to take a little bit more than just waiting 15 minutes, waiting whatever the range is, waiting XYZ amount of time, mapping out the range, and then buying when it breaks above or shorting when it goes below. Like, trading takes a little bit more than that. Because not all breaks are equal. Not all breakdowns are equal. There are things, there are components, there are other factors at work that could make one breakout way more attractive than another breakout. But if all you're doing is saying, map out the range and you just buy the break no matter what, if only trading were that easy. If only it were that easy. So I don't know if that answered your question, Andy, or not, but there we go. I agree. What do you think about waiting for the retest after the breakout? I think you should just figure out what works best for you, Andy. I don't know. I'm a fan of that, but that doesn't mean it's going to work for you or that it's going to jive with your personality. But yeah, in this stream, we talk quite a bit about retests. I am interested in this pullback if it does want to pull back some more. Thank you, Casey. I day trade equities. Ugh. I lose the money I make through selling covered calls and puts. Trading psychology is the main issue for me. Well, I mean, equities just cost so much more money. Like, you need so much of your money on the line for equities. It's crazy. And that's all of your money at risk, too. It just does not make any sense. See if we can get a bit of a pullback here. And well, what I'm noticing here, this party might get spicy here in a second. Oh yeah, things are about to get spicy here. We have ourselves a rising wedge, folks. Rising wedge is bearish. It's about to get tested though. Maybe the market's about to kick the rising wedge in the face and be like, get out of here. We're bulls still here. But a little scary. A little scary. I would not. There's some people that are getting short right at the top there. I don't think they're crazy. I may be joining them here. What can I put a stop? Yeah, put it right about there. Either a rejection or I want out. There we go. So this thing's either getting rejected back down or I'll take the small little loss here. For those of you that have never seen futures trade before, watch that number and ask yourself, how do you feel about how it's trading and moving? And if you think, Clay, that's the slowest thing I've ever seen, that's okay. I'll give you the solution. I'll show you you have maximum control over that. So watch that number down there if you've never seen futures. I'm going to take that quick little scalp there. Right off the rising wedge. Okay. So if you're watching that number as somebody new to futures and you're like, Clay, that was pretty slow. I totally understand. Now this was, and I did this intentionally, this was the bare minimum of movement that you could get within futures. How so? Well, I did the less volatile contract. So I would recommend people when you move into futures, MNQ. You have the MNQ and then you have the NQ. NQ, this one, very, I mean, it moves quite a bit. There's a whole lot of movement there. The M stands for micro and it means less movement. So that's why you had, those numbers looking the way they were. So I was doing the MNQ, again, the less volatile contract, and I was only doing one of them. So that's what I mean by I was showing you the bare minimum of movement that you could expect. But with the prop firm, the bare minimum you could do with the prop firm that I recommend is 25,000 purchasing power, which means, well, how much can you get? And that's why I like this. They do all the math for you. So that number that you saw as one contract, you could have raised that up as high as 30. So again, at no extra cost, because a fair pushback inside is, well, Clay, in stocks and options, you can do that. You just buy more shares or you buy more contracts. Yes, that's true, but that actually costs you more money. You need more money out of your account to buy more shares. Not here with prop firms, because all it's costing you is the cost of the account, which is 105. So for 105, you could start at one contract like I did, or you could raise that all the way up to 30, and there is no more money required out of you. It's still only that 105 that you paid to get the account in the first place. So that's what I mean about Pam's plan here, and specifically this part, the ability to control the movement. And there's no extra charge, there's no extra fee that comes with it, as would be the case with a stock or something else. So, but now maybe you're still looking at those numbers saying, well, 30, I still don't think that would really be good enough. Well, let's go to the other end of the spectrum. If you got $150,000 purchasing power, then that number that you saw at the one contract, you could raise that as high as 150. So you want to talk about ability to control the movement. There you go. You can make that number get as volatile and as crazy as you want just by adjusting that up there, which again is at no extra cost. So like I said, I think that is a very, very good argument of why just the capital usage for futures trading through a prop firm, Pam's plant, is so powerful. NQ is like the trading options. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but no, I would disagree. It's not like trading options. The main reason why it's not is because there's no Greeks. Good morning. What's the market like today? Was all over the place and is now kind of just grinding higher and higher. Ooh, is this another short here? Maybe short there. What would my risk be? Stop over the high. So that's about a 10-point risk, 20. How about 25? Oh, never mind. Risk profile's changing. All right. Well, this rising wedge, it was good for the scalpers. If you chose to scalp it like I did, it was a profitable trade. But if you chose the route, and I'm not saying you're necessarily wrong, but if you chose the route of, no, I want to see this thing get more of a pullback, well, in that situation, it was a losing trade. So that's just how the market goes. Sometimes it just depends on your strategy. Again, if you chose to scalp it out like I did, I just took a quick scalp. That was a green trade for me. But sometimes, to be fair, I'll choose to scalp, and then like a move like that happens, and I'm sitting there saying, why did I choose to scalp? However, in this situation, I will say I'm very glad that I did choose to scalp. Yeah, I'd say like 10 feet. I'm getting the farmer that farms some of my acreage. He's helping me out right now. He's mowing a path through some lawn. Do you play the back test? Somebody was asking about the back test and go. Is this a back test and go? I'm not going to do it, but I would not call you crazy if you're long and you're like, I want to buy right there because this thing's broke out. It's going to back test and it's going to go. No guarantee that works. That's why risk management matters. But would I call you a degenerate or doing random things if you took that trade? I would not say that about you at all. Again, hit that like button. Let's get this up over at least 70. We need at least 4 likes. We can do 4 likes, can't we? If you are enjoying, if you like the live trades, if you like the commentary, make sure you hit that like button. That helps. Durley, this guy works for Wall Street and is a plant. You should do a detailed Pam's plant video. I actually did a podcast episode on it. Don't take this guy's advice. Wall Street plant. So you see what I mean? Durley is proving my point. Is Durley attacking the argument or is he attacking me? He's attacking me. That's all people. That's all you got. This guy, you're attacking me. Let's just say, okay, I work for Wall Street. Okay, now let's talk about Pam's plan. How is Pam's plan a bad idea? Go ahead. How is Pam's plan a bad idea? Here, Durley, I'm gonna save you the time. I'm a scumbag. I'm a con man. I'm a scammer. I don't know how to trade. I don't make any money trading. I'm a terrible father, husband. I'm a thief. Like literally anything negative you can think about me, Durley, let's assume that is true. Okay, now let's talk about Pam's plant. How is Pam's plant a bad idea? Go for it, Durley. But that's my point. You have no rebuttal against the argument. All you're going to do is attack me. But we'll assume all negative things about me. Now let's talk about Pam's plant. How is Pam's plant a bad idea? Or are you admitting it's actually a good idea? Are you just saying a scumbag is saying a good idea? Is that your argument? Scumbag is actually saying a good idea. Because I've already conceded. Let's just assume I'm a scumbag. So is that your position? A scumbag is making a good idea. Look at that. Back test and go. Looking good, looking good. Now, again, this is where it all comes to strategy. If you're a long and you like just playing scalps, plenty of room here for a scalp winner. But if you're long and you're looking like, no, I don't want to scalp this, I want more, well, then you're not out of the woods yet. You still got to get some more movement to the upside. But right now, there it is. Back test and go. Today was my first day on my funded account and tried the O or B strategy. Marked high and low on the 15-minute and went 1 minute to wait for breakout and retest. But today there wasn't any opportunity at all to entry. Okay, so I mean, so that tells me, Andy, that you're actually thinking through things a little bit more. You're not just blindly waiting for, what did you say, 15 minutes? You didn't wait for 15 minutes. You didn't mark out levels, and then you didn't randomly just buy. So that's good. But that's my point is there's more that goes into trading than some sort of very simplistic strategy like that. You can be a good, well, again, I'm a Wall Street plant. I'll just concede that I'm a Wall Street plant, Durley. So is it your point that a Wall Street plant is making and suggesting a good idea? Is that what you're saying? That a Wall Street plant is making a good idea? Is that what you're saying? Because in no way have you said that Pam's plan here is a bad idea. You keep talking about me. So if I say that if I concede that I'm a Wall Street plant, is it your position that a Wall Street plant is presenting a good idea? Is that your position? Because that's my position. That's Pam's plant. We'll wait on Durley. I just wanted you to establish your position. From what I've gathered, your position is a Wall Street plant is presenting a good idea, a good strategy. That's as far as I can tell, that is your position. Because I am offering Pam's plant, and you are not. You're not good going at Pam's plant. So, which makes me think you must agree it's a good idea. You must agree it makes sense. So I think your position, you're not saying anything, so we'll go back. I think Durley's position is that a Wall Street plant is presenting an idea that makes good sense. I guess because I'm a beginner, I aim for simplicity. So my question is, where can I build off this? What is the nope in regards to? You don't think Pam's plan is a good idea? Is that what the nope's in regard to? I mean, that's fantastic. You've been trading for 6 years. I've been trading for like 20 years. That doesn't mean that I'm right. Like, just because I've traded for 20 years does not make me right about anything. So yeah, it's irrelevant that you've been trading for 6 years because I've been trading for 20. But that does not mean that I'm correct, that I'm more smart over you because I've been trading 20 versus 6. That's irrelevant for both of us. So what is the nope in regards to? You said nope. So you don't think Pam's plan is a good idea? Because I'm still waiting for a good persuasive argument on why it's not a good idea. Again, Andy, this is going to come across as a total sales pitch, but I mean, you want to know where to learn, you want to learn all that stuff, this is what I offer. Yes, I'm biased. Yes, I'm all the above, but it is what it is. So Andy, if you want to learn about what I have to offer, there you go. As a beginner, as somebody that's wanting to learn, there you go, my friend. Do with it what you will. So again, right here, scalpers won. Scalpers, if you were long and you play the back test, came down there, went up there, scalper, plenty of room there to scalp out some gains. But if you're looking for more of an upwards move, Yeah, for you, it did not work out. So as of right now, that seeing this action definitely has me in more of a kind of scalper's mindset. Andrew, hey. Andrew, you better be in a prop firm by now. Again, if you are enjoying, all right, we got about 30 minutes. I don't know if we're going to make this. All right, we got about 30 minutes before we're at 2 hours, which is my normal cutoff. I will continue. I will keep streaming if there's still interest, if people are interested. But the only way I know how to measure that is through super chats and then likes. So we need to get this up to 100 likes in the next 30 minutes or $20 in super chats. One of the two. So if you are enjoying, if you want the party to continue, either hit the like button or super chats work too. So we got plenty of time, 29 minutes. But if you want the party to continue, if you're enjoying, make sure you hit that like button. Or collectively, or sometimes somebody's a knight in shining armor. Or $20 in super chats. But like I said, that's the only way I know how to measure interest. Not a problem at all. You were the one that actually got me into futures. Your videos on teaching futures made it really easy, simple to learn. Okay, well, good. I'm glad that could help, Andy. So if you thought my futures videos were good, then I can say with a whole lot of certainty you'd enjoy my program. So I hope you consider it. Oh, is this an area to get long here? Yeah, I'll get one long here. Just wants to come back down here. There we go. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a bounce. Buy another one down there. Cooking in Tesla shorts. You're cooking in Tesla shorts? Yeah. Goodness. All right, I've had enough of this one. All right, so I don't know, lost like 10 bucks on that one. I don't know what's going on with this action. It's just kind of, it wasn't bouncing, it wasn't really collapsing. It was just kind of sitting in that area. So I'm not going to put up with it anymore. So I don't even know what I was up. I don't know. Was I up 49? So maybe that was like a $21 loss, I think maybe. And Durley is gone. See what I mean? So that's Pam's plant for you. As I've said, and Durley is the most recent example. Nobody wants to attack Pam's plant as a strategy or an idea. They just want to come at me. Which is the sign of a winning argument. If you're ever in a discussion and you're trying to make an argument, you're trying to just persuade somebody, and then they keep attacking you, that's good. That means you have a good argument because they're not attacking your idea. They're not attacking your argument. They keep attacking you. That's a good sign. Youssef, you got to get out of stocks, especially future or Tesla. Well, you heard this. You heard Pam's plant, Youssef. You can do with it what you want, but I can tell you right now, you are. So, are you trading Tesla right now? Because I can turn this into a very good educational lesson about how day trading stocks is absolutely garbage, truly garbage, garbage. Again, keep hitting that like button. We got to get up to 100. We're 24 away. So you're trading Tesla. Okay. So I'm going to show Youssef how much he's wasting his time, wasting his capital, and all that. So this is just, Youssef, you're wasting your life away by trading Tesla right now. Let me show you how. Let me show you why. So you are short right now. But let's just say, for example's sake, that you are right. And let's map out some numbers. So let's say you shorted the top here. You just nailed it. And let's just call that 278. And let's say this thing drops down here. All the way here to, I don't know, right there. So you just nailed the short to 268. So that right here, I mean, think about this distance right here. $10 distance. 278 down to 268. $10. So, I mean, if you're going to, if you're going to make, any sort of like useful money with Tesla, I'm glad you get me Yusuf, but I don't think you get me enough because you're still sitting here trading futures or trading stocks. And this will be for other people. But I got to take this call real quick. Hey, Justin. Good. How are you doing? Oh, I didn't check my phone. If it does the steak have that white like spray painted top to it? Yep, that's it. Uh, exactly. Oh, all right, cool. Well, I appreciate it. All right, have a good one. Yep. Yeah, we're the ball is rolling. Hopefully, we can keep it in the right direction. No, they're not. They're not. The one at the yeah, those posts are not the proper. They were old property lines, but not anymore. So don't worry about those. If I guess I'm trying to think. I'm not sure how close the road is to them, but yeah, maybe a little bit on the other side just to give the Mid American plenty of wiggle room. Oh, all right, perfect. Yep, thank you. You see, yep. Okay, so right here, this distance is about $10. So in order to make money, or at least worthwhile, let's say you probably need at least what, 50 shares? I don't know. So if we want 50 shares, and if each one costs 278, that means you need $13,900 to take part of this trade that we're assuming just absolutely nailed, $10 down. So 13,900, keep that number in mind. Now what happens? Well, he made $10 per share. He had 50 shares and he made $10 for each one of those. So he made $500. All right. All right. So it took him 13,900 to make $500. Keep in mind this distance here. Now let's hop over to futures. And I'm not going to do that same distance. I'm going to do a much smaller distance. Let's just say from like here down to here. Okay. Now over here, if you're not familiar with futures, this is how they're measured, but you would just take a difference of those numbers. And the difference there, not to insult your intelligence, is 50. So in futures, things are measured in points. You could say ticks, but just we're going to call points. So this was a 50-point move. Now with this type of future, 1 point equals $20. So for every point, that would be $20 per contract. But we're gonna keep it at one contract. So 1 point equals $20 per contract, and this was a 50-point move right here. So again, how much money was this actually worth, that movement? Well, we just said that is a distance of 50 points, and we just said that each one of those points represents $20. So right here, potentially $1,000 right there, just that distance. Not a huge distance on the chart, but $1,000. Now, right now, the one pushback point would be like, yeah, Clay, but how much money was actually required to get involved with that trade? Because on Tesla, the trade you mapped out, it required 13,900. But how much money is actually required to get into this trade? And this is the power of Pam's plant, specifically the prop firm, because again, this was all based on one contract. You could have gotten involved in this trade on the bare minimum account purchasing power, 25,000, which would have allowed you to buy actually up to 3 of those contracts. So all that math you just saw was one contract. But this account here, you could have actually gotten 3 of those. But just on one, what would that have required out of your pocket? Again, on Tesla, it was $13,900 to make $500. In this situation, it was $105. $105 to get access to that movement right there. So again, Pam's plant. Pam's plant. That's what I mean. You're and it's even worse for Yusuf. He was at 100. Like, do you see how it makes no sense? You need so much more money to get involved with stocks trading. Makes no sense at all. Pam's plant, futures trading through a prop firm. So Yusuf, you need to, this better be your last stock trade that you ever make, my friend. Better be the last one. Just made $1,200 on that short. 5 micros. Did you go short when I went long? Is this where I went long? I can't remember. I'm glad I cut that, though, because that thing just kept bleeding. I am definitely exploring it today. How is withdrawing money from prop firms? Very good question. Actually, a very solid question. Again, if you're liking, we got 20 minutes to get this up to 100 likes if you want the party to go on. So if you have not hit the like button, but you do want me to go beyond the 2-hour mark, we got to get this up to either $20 in super chats or 100 likes. So make sure you hit that like button. But I choose a prop firm that I do take profit trader because of the payment policy. A lot of other prop firms, and this doesn't make them scams, but let's just say you make 10,000, they'll have rules where it's like, well, you made 10,000, but you can only request 10,000 every couple of, or you can only request money every couple of weeks, and then we're only going to let you request $3,000. So even though you made 10,000, you got to wait a couple weeks, and then you can only request 3,000. Whereas at Take Profit Trader, if you make 10,000, then you can request it whenever you want it, and you can request all $10,000. So Take Profit Trader is not the most, they're not the cheapest. They are a little bit more expensive at the beginning, but it's on the back end where you're gaining that flexibility in payments and all that sort of stuff. So that is why I recommend Take Profit Trader, because they are giving that, you just have so much more flexibility when it comes to withdrawing money. Dang, I'm having trouble getting my feet under me, losing trade after losing trade. Yeah, I mean, we've all been there as traders. Sometimes it's just almost best to just go for a walk. Maybe just call it good. My only argument against Pam's plan is the drawdown, and I completely disagree with that because that's good. That's called like risk control. That's making you think about risk. That's making sure that you don't start YOLOing or averaging down or losing your mind. So that is, I would argue you're proving my point. Because what's the alternative, Relax? You go out there, trade with your own money, there's no drawdown, and then you end up in a massive hole because there's no drawdown, so you can just do whatever you want. You are proving my point. I was short from 2629. Rodrigo, hey Clay, good afternoon. Can I use Take Profit living outside the USA? What country are you in, Rodrigo? Because the answer is probably yes. They're open to most countries, but they're not open to all countries. So that would be a question of... Brazil, yeah, I believe so. Let me, I'll check on that real quick because I'm curious. There we go. Restricted countries. Let's see. Let's go to the B's. I don't see Brazil. That is a good thing. Because if you see your country on this list, unfortunately, that is a bad thing. But there is no Brazil. Therefore, you are, they would be available. Whoops, I guess you can't quite see everything. There we go. They would be available to you. So right there is the restricted countries. So there you go. So that's why I also like them, because I mean, there's so many people from like India, Canada, UK. They're like, hey, what broker do you recommend? Hey, can I use this broker? And now I can just be like, hey, Pam's plant, assuming you want to be a day trader, and Take Profit Trader is like open to all those countries. See, Relax, Ardu, you don't have full understanding. What you're describing goes away as soon as you hit your cushion. It stops. And anyways, all it's doing is promoting you to stop trying to hit home runs, take the profits. You are literally proving my point. You just don't realize it because you don't understand the full context. Like, you're literally strengthening my argument. Because what you're complaining about goes away anyways. Once you hit certain amounts and thresholds, it stops. But even if it stayed in place, like that's good. Stop trying to swing through it for the fences and hit home runs. Take the gains, adjust your stop as it goes, be a good trader. Have good habits. That's what that's forcing you to do. You are literally, your complaint is why most people fail. Because like, I don't like this. It's like, yes, no kidding. That's why most people fail. Because the rules they should be doing, they're not the most pleasant things. Because everyone wants to show up and act like a cowboy. But thank you for the thoughts. Relax, Aradu. Thank you for strengthening the argument, my friend. 21 more likes. Okay, I'm nervous now. We only have 15 minutes to get 21 more likes, and we're at $0 in super chat. So I guess everybody spent their money at the vending machine. Nobody here has money for super chat, so it looks like we're gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way with likes. So we got to get 21 more likes in the next 15 minutes. Got to send an email to the power company. So the broker is Take Profit Trader. What charts are we using? Okay, good question, Yusef. So when you sign up for the broker, when you sign up for the prop firm, so you'll pick what purchasing power you want. Yusef, I'm guessing you're going to be picking the 150, given that if you have 100 shares of Tesla, well done, sir. You're doing well in the financial realm of the world. But pick up whatever purchasing power you want, and then it'll ask you what platform you want. So you could use TradingView if you want. What you're seeing, though, is I use TradeOvate. But if you do want to use TradingView, you could do that. So you would just select that during the checkout process. You don't need to go and create any sort of separate accounts, which is also very nice. Take Profit Trader will create the account for you, and then they'll email you the login information, so your username and password, and then you just log right into TradeOvate, and you can get to it. But yeah, that's what you see right here is TradeOvate. What is the ONH line? That is the overnight high. 18 more likes or $20 in super chats. I'm nervous. I'm kind of having fun with this one. I don't know if we're gonna make it. I don't know if we're gonna make it or not. I don't know if you as viewers are having as much fun as I am as the person. So I think I'm having a good time, but we'll see. Again, hit that like button if you are enjoying. If you want the party to continue. This is definitely an area where I could see. I mean, this is my live stream account. Well, let's do this. This was, if you want to see me do a little bit more aggressive trading with some NQs, then get this up to 100, and I will do some aggressive trading with an NQ. This is my live stream account, so if it blows up, it blows up. If he dies, he dies. But let's make sure we have interest for that. Hey, Ed, you can like today. I'm glad you figured it out. We going long or shorter? I was thinking long. Long, got this a tight stop, but I don't know. Maybe short's the right move. Problem is the 5 minutes already. I mean, look, it's just kind of melting down. So yeah, maybe. Well, that would have been a losing trade from the long. Maybe not. I'd still have a little wiggle room. But yeah, we got to see if we can get this up to 100 likes, and then I'll do some. I can do some aggressive trading. Loving it. I'll join the future streams. Got to start my JOB. Yeah, Yusef, if you do sign up with the prop firm, if you want to support the channel, use that link. That's up at the pinned comment. That'll give you the current promotion, and it's just a way to support the stream. ONH, it does it manually. It's so the indicators here. I have what's that one called? I think CE tools, or no, Eman Senpai. Right there, it does it for you. So it just maps it out every day. But you have to search for it within the indicators themselves. Hey, we're at 86. Maybe we can get there. 14 more likes or $20 in super chats. 15 more likes. All right, now we're making a push for it. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I can get aggressive. This is my live stream account. So, if it dies, it dies. $87, very good. Got 10 minutes to get either... Well, we got to give ourselves a cushion for the JJ effect. So we need 13 more likes or $20 in super chats. In fact, I'm going to get this built out. This could be good timing, depending on how long it takes. But let's see if we can get a bounce here. Get a little bit of a... No, don't stay above that line. It's got to stay above that line. No. Stop. All right, giving me a little bit of a different angle on the trend line now. Let's see if it wants to stay above there. 13 more likes. I really wish someone would just do the $20 super chat so I could just get, so I could be ready to take the trade. But now we got to wait. Again, why am I doing this? Because I'm trying to gauge interest. If nobody's interested in my ideas, that's fine. But I got to figure out if people are interested or not. And the only way I know how to do that, I'm open to ideas if there's other ways, but is through likes or super chats. So if you want to see some NQ trades, which are definitely the aggressive variety, then make sure you hit that like button. Or like I said, $20 in super chats. I mean, really, it takes 4 people to do $5. 4 people to do $5. So I think I'm being pretty reasonable in my metrics. We are at 90 likes. Can we get 11 more? Can we get 11 more? This is looking good. This is looking good. I hope we can get there. I'm liking it. Would love to see this come up some more and then come back down. I'm liking it. I want to see it build itself a little bit more. Uh-oh. Now we're stuck at 90 likes. I don't want notifications. No. I'll worry about that later. Oh, somebody just took away a like. Oh, it's looking good. Looking good. Come on. All right. 7.5 minutes. I don't know if we're going to hit it. I don't know if we're going to get it up there or not. So again, if you want to see an aggressive, somewhat more aggressive trading, so you can really get a look into the world of futures trading, we'll do it. How do I send money? Ed, I don't know. You can't send, no, Ed. There we go. There's a bounce up. That's what I was describing. Now let's see if it wants to come back down. $91 likes. Are we going to get it? I don't know. Maybe I'm stupid. Maybe I'm imagining a better setup than what it is, but I'm liking it so far. I'm liking it so far. Let's see. Yeah, if it wants to build a high like right there, 23. Don't go up too much, though. Don't go up too much. That's all right. Well, there we go. We're getting the bear pennant here. Again, for those of you that are maybe just getting logged on, I'm trying to figure out if I want to extend the stream, but I'm gauging that based off people's interest level. So if you are interested in the stream going, hit that like button. We got to get 10 more likes, 101 likes, or $20 in super chats. Matt's starting the party. There's 1-5. Just need 3 more. 3 more. Or 9 likes. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate it. Matt's doing his part. He wants this party to keep going. How do we do a super chat? Down in the chat area, there's a $sign. and you click on that. So there's like a smiley face for your like emojis. Then there is a dollar sign. Engage with your audience. Oh, what's that do? Oh, I see. That's a poll or a question and answer. Gotcha. Rolf, good morning. It might be pretty. 7 more. We have less than 5 minutes. 7 more, less than 5 minutes. Getting a bounce. I don't know. It's just a trustworthy bounce, though. Wow, we got a chance. Just need 6 more in 4 minutes. 6 more likes in 4 minutes or $15 in super chats for the party to continue. There. Oh, thank you, Rolf. So that's 7. So what's the math on that? $13 more in super chats or $6 or 6 likes more in the next less than 4 minutes. Will the party go on? 5 more likes or $13 in super chats. Will the party continue? Oh, there's 10. It's a group effort right now. 3 more. $3 more in super chats. And thank you, Steve, by the way. Very kind of you. Or 3 more likes. And we have basically 3 minutes. Come on, there's got to be a $3 super chat out there somewhere. Got to be a $3 super chat out there somewhere. And Mark comes in with $3. Everybody better hit those like buttons on all these. Thanks, Mark. But still, the goal is 115 likes anyways. So let's make sure we get up to there anyhow. So if you have not hit the like button, hit that like button. And we are going to do some NQ trading. Although this was not expected. I was thinking more of a bearish thing, but boom, up it goes. But we'll figure something out. We'll get something on the table here. I could do more of an NQ. 70 up to 85, that's 15 points. So 20, that's about a $30 risk per count. Yeah, I don't want to. Now, has this changed into more of a bullish play now, though? Maybe so. We're going to keep a close eye on this, see what. But this thing is just grinding away right now. Is this the short right here? I'm not liking the short right now. Well, got to let it develop some more here. Where's the ES at? ES kind of doing the same thing right now. For those of you maybe not familiar with futures, ES just means this is essentially what cares about the S&P 500, whereas the NQ, which is what we're looking at, this cares about the NASDAQ. Yeah, just grinding up. Well, would have been brutal because this would have happened too. Because this is when I was talking about going long. I would have gotten longed. I would have gotten stopped out because that was just too much wiggle room. And then that would have happened. That would have been a bad day. Maybe funny for the live stream, but that would have been rough. Because, yeah, for those of you that were here, and if I'm being honest and if I'm trying to, hindsight trade as honestly as possible, I was talking about getting long here. Then I was talking about the overnight high as the stop. And, of course, the hindsight voice like, oh, yeah, I would have had my stop like down here. Oh, how convenient. You would have had your stop just slightly below where that went. But I think that move right there would have taken me out. And then to have it go like that, that would have hurt. That would have been very annoying. I don't know. You can let me know what you think about this trend line. I'm not sure if I'm just... Now I got to be very careful to not just put on a trade for the sake of putting on a trade. I mean, I'm not opposed to doing that, but it's still got to have some sort of logic behind it. Like, I just don't want to throw out a trade just for the sake of it. I don't know. Is that actually a valid trend line? Potentially, but... Now it's pulling back a little bit here. Again, if you've never traded futures before, I will be doing the higher variety type. So when I get in, the number that you'll want to be watching is that to see how it fluctuates. Here come the shorts. I don't know about that. I guess maybe the shorts came, but they might be getting pinched like a pimple. Is this gonna, is this little? It's gonna head back. Oh, are you still here, Jim? If so, are you still going to be a guest tonight on the webinar? If you're still here, Jim, do we get the break? Do we get what I'm not opposed to is if we can get this thing to maybe build out a little bit of a bull flag and then get the move up through. I could see that maybe making some sense here. Got to try to get a little bit more of yeah, hopefully Apple Cider Guy will be on the webinar, but let's see what it wants to do. See if it wants to make a push up through there or not. Ooh, it's tempting. It's tempting. Was that, yeah, yesterday I played that trend line break though, and that was painful. But does this one go? Well, we got the people demanded. We're still not even at 100 likes. Well, we still got the $20 in super chats, so the people demanded it. Let's see if this thing wants to push up. I'm going to try to anticipate the break. So if this thing wants to push up through here, I'll buy. Maybe I'll regret not waiting for the break to happen, but I don't want for the break to happen and then for it to just break up through. So yeah, we'll see if it wants to make that move upwards here. There we go, 99 likes. Just for my own psyche, let's get one more like. It's nice to look over there and see 100 likes. Dalton, do you have a video on your trend line? Yeah, that's all part of my program about, right, what you see and what I explain is pretty surface deep. So if you are interested in Dalton, man, I am such a bad, I say this every time, I never get better. I have not talked once about my webinar. That'll be this Thursday. So if anybody, I'll put the link down below. If anybody wants to join, free webinar on Thursday. Learn more about the tools I'm using, making sure you have a right framework as a trader. You can check out that link, get signed up for it right there. Okay, it's knocking right there. It's knocking. I don't know. Maybe I should just get in right. Maybe I'll buy a bounce off pre-market highs. We'll see. If this pulls back some more, I'm gonna hop in on the pullback here. Hey Clay, $500 today. Only 1K more to pass the test. Awesome, Frank. You are close. Whoop. Heading back up. Okay, I'm in. Can we get the breakout? Come on. Poked its head up through. Come on. And out. Small loss. I can always try again. Man, I thought that was it. Thought we were going to get that break. And then it does that. So I'm glad I took the $25 loss on that one. Well, that's disappointing. We got the little bit of a break and then came back down. Now, if you're looking at that number and saying, whoa, 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 that was moving a little bit too fast for me, that's totally normal. That's why I recommended earlier, if you're just getting started, to start with the MNQ. The MNQ is going to be a lot slower than that. And there is the pullback. Now, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go with MNQ, but I'll be more aggressive because I will add. So I'll add. We'll get super aggressive. This could turn out very poorly, but because I have a stop down there, so let me get the party started right there with one. So if this pulls back some more, then I will look to add. So again, I want more than one micro, but this at least gets me involved here. All right, small little gain on that one. So if it wants to come back down, I'll try to build some more into it. I don't know. This looks like it might want to break out here. I'm going back to the MXU. We're going to try a breakout. We're in. I like that recovery. Can we actually get a push up through? If the account goes away, it goes away. Like I said, this is for the people. Afternoon trading, afternoon trying to take trendline breakouts. I don't know if that's always the most wise thing, but we'll see. I did like that recovery back up, but once again, just rejected off that trend line. We'll see if it wants to make another move back up. Maybe I'll add to a winner. Just buy some more up here if it wants. Yeah, I'm going to buy another one up there. Because at that point, it will have broken out. It will be moving. So I'll try to add to a winner. Buy some more if it wants to push up. So there we go. No, again, look at that. Right off that trend line. I hate this trend line. I despise this trend line. Come on, push. Look at that. And you have the 50 period moving average right there. Unbelievable. Does not want to get through the trend line. And this is the problem. Sometimes if you don't really, sometimes if you wait for it to push up through, you just flat out miss it. Other times like this, you're trying to anticipate it and it just won't break. So my stop's down there. So this thing either breaks out or it comes back down, and that'll be all she wrote. Blew up. Bummer. I might be blowing up here on me, so you might not be alone. Again, this green line up here is an add. But I don't know if this thing wants to actually push through this trend line or not. And this was such a nice move up. Boom, but I agree futures are better than stocks, but the cost of blown accounts, any stocks. I'm so confused by you. I mean, I thought you're like making $300 a day or $3,000 a day on doing futures on your TOS account. Never go early. No, I've had early work out very, very well sometimes. This time is just not one of those times. I've taken it short 4 times off the trend line. Stop it, Austin. You're preventing me from getting the breakout. You scumbag. I just want the breakout, and your fellow member is creating resistance for me. It's Austin's fault. It is Austin's fault. I was thinking the same thing, Austin. RVR is better on the short side. Well, now all you tell me. I have a long order, stop order above it for you. Okay, good. So you'll help me with the breakout if it gets up there. This is looking like one where, is it going to stop me out and then go? I mean, you got to put your foot in the, got to put your line in the sand somewhere. Uh-oh. And I'm getting stopped. There's no way I survive this. There we go. All right, well, that did not work out. For those of you that did play the rejection off the trend line, congratulations. Very good. Yes, Rory, I'm out. Rory, remember, there's a delay. I will say, it's nice. I've learned, and I just laughed because what was it, 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I'm still trying to figure things out. I mean, I still am, but I had one of the accounts. I like really cared about the account, and it was like a clown fiesta. Like, it was just doing too much, but it's nice to have kind of one of these, I don't know, burner accounts, if you will. Yeah, well, that just did not work out. I'm glad I stopped out, because had I gotten stubborn or whatever, I mean, that loss would just be getting bigger and bigger. If you're enjoying, hit that like button. Wow, now it's approaching this trend line. Is this going to become a short all of a sudden? Yeah, for anybody that was taking that trend line short and still holding, good job for you. So this would be an example of those that were like, oh, I was scalping off the trend line. Well, scalping ultimately turned out to be the wrong strategy, because had they held, booyah, they're getting paid big time. Again, if you're enjoying, hit that like. The goal is 115 likes, so we still need 12 to hit the goal, which would be great. So if you are enjoying, hit that like button. And then just to kind of explain the sorry. So right now you're like, oh man, $570. That's true, but like if this was you and this was a $50,000 account, are you like, if this was you, are you actually looking at, did you lose? Are you down $500 of your money? No, you're not, because if you're doing the 50,000 purchasing power account, which is what you see here, you would have only cost you 119. Now, if I lose 2,000, then yeah, it's game over. The account's gone. I got to start over. But did it actually cost me? Am I down $570 right now? No, I'm not. I'm not, because worst case, I blow up the account. I'm only down the cost of the account, which is 119. So that's where you would stand. That's where I think futures with the Pam's plant, it helps you keep your composure a little bit more. Yep, back up a little bit. I've never blown an account on the stream. Maybe should I try to go big and we either blow up the account or maybe get losses back? Is there any? Well, if I'm going to do that, we definitely need to hit the goal. I'm not going to do anything like that without even hitting the goal on the day. So we need 115 likes for that, without doubt. We'll go, yeah. I got burnt earlier this morning with the early entry. I'm surprised there wasn't a big wick down and then up. Yeah, sometimes early entries get you for sure. It got me there, but other times I've had where I'm like, wow, I'm glad I did that early entry because I would have either totally missed the trade or I would have gotten a terrible fill because of the slippage when things break. Yeah, App Lovin's a stock, isn't it? We don't day trade that garbage stocks around here. We're here to be smart with our money. But yeah, no, I agree. BK dot. Yeah, sometimes early entry it's like the worst one you could do. But that's trading because sometimes that's like the absolute best one you could do. But yeah, right now, I mean, it's really just a question of which way do you think this wedge is going to go? Is the actual trade the short now to the downside? Not. I'm going to go ahead with no. I'm not going to take that trade. And the reason for that is because not that far below this trend line here, you have this upward sloping 50 period moving average, which could very realistically be a bounce point. So I suppose you could scalp it out for a little bit, but I mean, I don't think anybody would be shocked if it broke down through that line, hit the purple line, and then boop, back up it went. So I guess I'm not totally against shorting that trend line break, but it would definitely be a scalp. I would argue it would have to be a scalp. Do I try the break again? Or am I just oh, wait, look at this. This whole time I forgot that order's out there. Man, exit. That's crazy. I don't know. Maybe I should just do it again. I mean, at some point, this trend line's got to go, right? I mean, that trend line has been do I try to anticipate it again? Let's see. If it goes 60 up to 80, that's 400. Yeah, yep, no guarantees. Do I play a rejection off this line as it comes back down? Wait and play the break on either side. I don't know. Should I be getting short right here? See the time. I mean, it's been rejected off the trend line. Now all of a sudden it's like, why don't I take the short here? Thank you, Cornell. Are you excited for tomorrow, Liberation Day? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Liberation Day from low prices. Why didn't I short? Should have just shorted. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Right now, it's the ego voice because in my mind, it's the YouTube live stream ego voice. Like, dude, you're gonna look so stupid if the time you get short at the trend line is the time it breaks out. So that was the ego voice hampering me there. I'm wagering S&P down 800 points tomorrow. Well, I'm not here to wager anything. I'm here to try to find probable setups. Now, if people want to use the markets to gamble, that's fine. I guess I'll give you credit. At least you're saving a plane ticket out to Las Vegas. But I'm trying my best to, do things that I have an edge, do things where I have probabilities. I like that return. Is this finally going to be the break? Is this just yet another rejection? Yeah. Shocking, Shaunak. People lose money some days. All right, I'm in. We'll see if it finally wants to break. Yeah, I don't know if I've had a red day on the live stream yet. This may be my first red day. We'll see. This trend line has been the bane of my existence. This trend line has just been the bane of my existence. I like the 5 minute. It's just does not want to get any sort of continuation. Are your courses lifetime? We can go back. Yeah, it's a one-time lifetime membership. Yep. Does it want to push through? Well, it has pushed through. It's just a matter of does it want to get continuation? That purple line there is going to be potentially a problem. I don't know about payday. I would like to see a break here. Yeah, me too. Me too. If it can get through that purple line, then I think it could be a very nice payday. But it's seemingly like that's becoming a very big if. No, I don't think I'm going to add. Clay, are you still doing options on a different account when not on? No, options are pure garbage. Options day trading is pure garbage because of Pam's plant. I think you were here for Pam's plant, Rory, weren't you? All right. Well, I'm going to buy another one here at the bottom, and we'll see if we can get a bounce back up. If not, account's toasted. And onwards and upwards. Okay, Rory, were you here? You heard the argument for Pam's plant. That's why I'm from a day trading standpoint, I'm not doing options. You used to do options, right? Correct. Yes, I used to do options, but they're total garbage. In the day trading category, total garbage. Okay, I got another one there. Like I said, this is either going to be account roasted or we'll get some sort of green out of it. I'm not feeling too great about things, though. We'll see. We'll see. If anything, this is getting ready to flush down through here, and then that'll be all she wrote. But I don't know. Maybe it'll bounce. But that right, I mean, again, just boom and then flush back down. If I was not in a position, I would be thinking short here. So that's why I'm not feeling so good about my long position. Because I think this is a very nice short setup, and unfortunately, I'm in it on the long side. And it's going to be about count roasted here soon. I don't have much drawdown left. I'll add another one up here if it happens to get up there, just because that'd be a nice looking candle we're looking at. But then I definitely need it to go because I will have basically no drawdown if it comes back down. Like I said, if it can get up to that green line, that would yeah, we're looking at a nice little candle here if it can come up there. Oh, that's got to be it. I don't have a whole lot left. Maybe I'll buy one more just to... And first account roasting since I've started a live stream. We're getting close to some record-setting territory, but in the wrong direction. Like I said, I like that on the short side. That would have been a nice short scalp right there. And I don't think it's done going down. At this point, I'm fully planning this account is roasted. Man, that trend line. Absolute ridiculousness. I guess I'll add another one up around here. It'll probably hit, fill me, and then a reject. That's my prediction. It'll hit this green line and then reject right back down. Let's see. I don't believe this green candle at all. It's trying to build up my hopes and dreams so it can crush them. Dude, you're the one that's always giving me money to do this stuff. Mark's like, yeah. I'm like, do you want me to get super aggressive? Give me $50 in super chats. Mark's like, $50. And I was like, why are you teaching people bad habits? That's funny. Is this a 25,000? No, this is 50. The account that I'm working on was a fine day. This one right here. So nothing big, but uh-oh. We got to get back. I don't want to miss. Okay, there we go. I don't believe this candle at all. I would say we're probably heading down here to the overnight high and maybe even drifting down through there. I hope I'm wrong. I hope this thing all of a sudden just decides to boom. But yeah. This has not been my my afternoon, but that's okay. Afternoon, there's a reason why morning trading is usually a little bit better. Again, if you're enjoying the pain, hit that like button. Let's get this up to 115 likes. Let's make sure we hit our goal here. We'll get this trend line out of the way. Hit that like button if you appreciate the more aggressive trading. Probably at times of day that should not be aggressive trading. I mean, I really wish this one would either just bounce or just flush so I can move on. You have a buy order. Yes, I do. I'm looking to add if it wants to come up to that area. I'm looking to add one more. So that'll then get rejected right at the yellow line there, I'm sure. That's my prediction. If I do get filled, it'll hit the green line and then snap right back down. But thank you, though. Thank you for making sure that thank you for telling me that I had an order out there. But yes, that one I am aware of. I appreciate you making sure, though. I kind of got to go pee, too. And by the way, my stop loss on this one is just the account. Because after that one trade, it was like, okay, we'll either get back. So I want to, but I think that it's a natural stop loss anyways, because my stop would normally be overnight high. But at that point, if I get stopped out, even if I have drawdown left, it's going to be barely anything. So that's why I'm just using it anyways. So account, the account will be blown regardless if it's, down below that pink line, I believe, which is where a stop loss would be anyways. Mohammed deleted a message. Okay. Again, if you're enjoying, make sure you hit that like button. Let's get this up to 115 likes. That is the goal. And just a waiting game right now. Does this want to bounce or is it going to toast the account? I am looking to add another one at that green line, which will put me at 3 NQs. But I'm thinking it's going to hit that green line and then come back down, but we'll see. I don't believe any of these candles. I think these are just here to tease me. Just play with my emotions, act like it wants to make a move, and then it's just going to come right back down. All right, it's getting close. Maybe it's going to fail me. So it can get rejected right back down. Oh, nice. Great. I will be out there this afternoon to flag the route on hand over the operation. I can give an update as when it will be scheduled. Do you still intend to have a meter, structure, pedestal, and so? All right, I'll deal with that later. Oh yeah, this is not looking good on the 5 minute. Not looking good on the 5 minute. When are you going to have... I don't know who that is. Back on an interview? I've never done an interview with... I don't even know who that is. Is he paying you to like spam the chat with like information or what? What was that about? That was a little bizarre. Oh. No, I don't know who that is. But he was on the podcast back in 2017. Yeah, I mean, wow. At this point, that's like 8 years ago. Yeah, I have no idea. Now, this will actually be an encouraging candle. If this thing actually came up here and closed green, I mean, I don't still believe it, but this is why I still got to find the balance. Because afternoon trading, compared with stuff like this, it's just like, or is this enjoyable? Like, do you guys like, is this like the anticipation, is it building? Or it's just kind of like boring to watch this thing chop back and forth? I don't know. Let me know your feedback. In my mind, I'm like, I just cut this thing loose and go find it. But it's like, well, I mean, it's still got a chance. But, man. No, my futures class. All right. Confirmed. I always had my suspicions. Is that guy a troll? But now we know for sure he is a troll. There we go. Confirmed. He was always, sometimes people in the YouTube comment section, they'll leave comments and it's just like they're ignorant, and you can tell they're ignorant because they say stuff and it's fine. Like, everybody's new, so it's okay to be ignorant of things. We all start off ignorant. So you can tell people are ignorant, but then there's also that point where it's like, okay, I don't think that they know that they're ignorant, and then they just say stuff that is just rough, and then they say more stuff that's just rough, and it's like, okay. At this point, you can only put up with so much. Oh yeah, we're going on episode like 500 something right now. So yeah, that was a long time ago. There's a break. Down, and we are oh so close to account being over. Oh, and it's just going to torture us a little bit longer. A little bit longer. You're having fun? All right, good. I'm glad this is entertaining for at least Dalton. Now, maybe you're saying, in my mind, I'm sitting here kind of relaxed. Maybe you're thinking, man, I could never be as calm as this guy. I mean, that's like $1,000. Again, this is a prop account. This is the whole point. Is if this was you, your money actually at risk is $119 because if the account is blown, you're out $119. So I have nothing special in the sense of how can this guy be so calm when he's looking at those sort of numbers? Because if this were you in my seat, then you'd also realize like, oh wait, it's not actually those thousands of dollars of amounts. It's $119, right? So don't look at me like I have some sort of magic power. You'd have the same magic power because you would realize that, okay, it's not actually those numbers, which again is the whole point of a prop firm. That trend line is killing us. I know. I should just draw. Is that how it works? You just draw a new trend line and then, so if I draw the trend line like way up here, then that means it'll go up there and get rejected. Is that how that works? I do need to extend this trend line out just so we can watch it continue to be the bane of our existence. Why not stop out before it's blown and make this a copy trader? Yep, I'm in. Filled me and then rejected right off my average price. Let's see. Yeah, there it goes to fill me and then right back down. Exactly. Again, I have no superpowers. It's not the number. How can this guy be so relaxed? Again, because it's the prop firm. Because if this were you, these numbers are not what's actually, the case. Look at that. It bounced right off of my average price. It's like, oh, I'm going to make you think we're going green, but nope. Nope. Just zero follow through. Zero. Look at that. Right at that blue line. It's like it knows. The algo knows. The market makers, they know they're out to get me. I don't believe that. It's just how it goes sometimes. Seriously, just make a little bit more of a push up. You got some momentum behind you. Just give me a little bit more. Got stopped out, and that makes it another red day in a row. Bummer. Well, good job with the discipline. Purple line is a punk. It is a punk. The tread line, yeah. It's like the two punks. The tread line, and then it's big brother up there, that purple line. And back down we go. Now I have 3, so I don't have as much drawdown now. So I will not be able to survive a move down here again. The whole idea was if it came up there and filled me, I wanted to see more, and I'm not getting more. But that's how it goes sometimes. Oh, yes. And then just to finish up, the person that I banned, like I was on the fence of whether or not to troll, and you can tell people are ignorant, but then they say stuff. Like in his comment, the reason why I knew is like, and this guy sells a futures course. It's like, actually, no, my futures course is the free one. So it just shows people, and there we go. So that is game over. So notice how it just closed the trade out for me. So that is a blown account. And if this were you, then would you actually be down the $2,000 right now? You would not. You would just have been down what it cost for the account, which was $119. So there we go. Welcome to record-setting territory here. The first blown account on the live stream. Hey, Clay, good news. My account is already 50% of the way to my profit. Fantastic, Raspberry. Good job. Good job. Now, this is what I have to be careful of is, okay, well, let me just hop over here to the account that I've been working hard on, and let's just start to trade this one. It's like, no, that would not be a good idea. Although I will say, a short down through there, that's tempting. It's tempting. But you guys, I mean, amazing, right? Came up, filled me, went oh so slightly in profit, and then just whoosh. Now, this is not unique to futures. I mean, welcome to the world of day trading. Sometimes it happens. Welcome to the world of futures. 7 more likes away. Could we get this up to 115, which is the goal? Let's get 7 more likes in 5 minutes, and we'll just make this a 3-hour stream. So in the next basically 4 minutes, can we get 7 more likes? 7 more likes, and we'll just make this a 3-hour stream at this point. Now, this is an interesting area. If you're thinking about potentially getting short right there, I would not call you crazy. Get that line out of the way. We basically have this just big old glorified descending triangle, which those of you that was the bane of my existence. That trend line right there. So here is the descending triangle. Again, nothing is guaranteed, but if we were to break and go down through there, is it, and let me throw the question mark because I'm not saying that will happen, but that is certainly a plausible scenario. There we go. Let's go. 3 more likes. 3 more likes, and we'll make this the 3-hour stream. JD June Rock. Well, hopefully we can keep it going. We just need 3 more likes. And in all seriousness, as a tale of caution, that is why trying to buy afternoon breakouts can get a little sketchy. Sometimes, I'm not saying like they always fail. Obviously, they don't always fail. But was this totally shocking to me that never really got any sort of momentum when breaking that trend line? Given the context, no, afternoon. Now, if this was like opening 30 minutes and it kept doing that, that would be super frustrating. And I don't want to say shocking, but that would be like, man, what is going on? But in this sort of situation, it's like, okay, it is afternoon trading. Come on, 2 more likes. 2 more likes. Let's turn this into the 3-hour stream. Clay, do you prefer pre-market trading or I like market open? But I mean, it doesn't mean that at pre-market anything's wrong with it per se. It's going to go up. Yeah, you're right, Rudy. It is. It is. Now that I blew up, it's time to head back up. We probably should address the trend line, even though this thing was just oh so annoying. That's essentially the level right there, which is also matching up pretty closely right with that purple line right there. But yes, now is the time where it's probably getting ready to just kaboom. Clay, if we keep donating, will the stream go on? Yeah. Oh, we need to get this up to 115 in the next, basically minute and a half, or I don't know, $10 in super chats, and we'll go on to we'll make this a 3-hour stream, which I think will be the second time or third time, one of the two. So yeah, we basically have 1 minute left to get either 2 likes or whatever I just said, $10 in super chats. All right. Less than a minute. Can we get 2 more likes for the party to continue? 2 more likes or $10 in super chats. Oh, don't do it. Don't you do it. You dirty dog. Dirty dog. Oh, there we go. 117. You got to be kidding me. Now, I will say this was somewhat self-inflicted, and this is why position size matters. I would be okay now. Now, I don't know if it'd be a winning trade yet, but I'd still be in the trade because the only reason why I did not survive that down was because I added another contract. But had I just not added, had I left it at 2, then I would have been able to survive. And again, oh, look, surprise, surprise, that yellow line. I would have been able to survive. So I'd still have a chance right now. I would still have a chance, but because I added that third one, that's where you got to be careful with adding size, because when you add size, you're losing flexibility from the drawdown standpoint. But yeah, had I had those two, I would have been okay. I would have survived. It never did go down below that overnight high, which I've been talking about. And now I'd be sitting here like, hey, we got a chance. We got a chance. So that is the importance of why you always have to consider, do you want to add? Especially when you... Now it's going to go through the purple line, isn't it? I hope it goes, because this will be such a good lesson. By chance, was that account close to going into pro? No. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess, what's your definition of close? I think it was like halfway. That's all right. That's why I've learned that the best way for me to live stream is to have the accounts that I'm working on and I care about, and then just to have the kind of the burner accounts, if you will. Because my main goal, my main thing, as I said from day one with this, is not to convince anybody that I'm a good trader. I want to promote charts. I want to promote technical analysis, and I want to promote Pam's plan. I want people to be aware of, if you're a day trader, I want you to be aware of this strategy of day trading futures through a prop firm. That is my main motivation. So, halfway, yeah. So that's the goal here, is to just continue. So, I mean, think about it. Very, very good learning lesson here. That is the trade-off with adding size. Had I not added into that winner right there, I'd be in the green now. I would be in the green, but I added that third contract. So that means my drawdown, the amount I could lose, increased, because I now, instead of 2 contracts, I had 3. And this pullback here. So this was in all actuality, and I'm speaking in hindsight, but if you heard what I was saying, then you know that this is not totally hindsight. But I was saying that whole time, okay, that's pretty much kind of the stop loss area down there. If it breaks below there, that's where my account's roasted. So it's kind of like a natural built-in stop loss. I promise I said that. And knowing that, I should have just been like, no, Clay, do not add, because now that natural stop loss goes away. So it was my account, but it was also the natural stop loss of being the overnight high. So that was, in all actuality, that was just... That's me, and that's what I have to still manage. That's me trying to kind of go a little bit bigger for the live stream, create some entertainment. I have no problem admitting that, but that was very, very stupid from a trading strategy. Because again, and I keep emphasizing, this is not hindsight, because just so I know, I'm not like gaslighting myself. Did anybody remember me that were here for this trade saying, hey, below this area is kind of like the natural stop loss, because not only does it make sense chart-wise, but that's also where the account would be roasted anyways and blown account. So it's nice that the blown account location is right down below a natural stop loss location. Does anybody remember me saying that? I hope somebody's still here. Does anybody remember me kind of walking you through that logic of how below that level also conveniently happened to be where the account would be roasted? Frank, yes. Yes, you said. Okay, good. Thank you, Mark. All right, good. 3 people are like, yeah, you definitely. So at that point, it was all there, but I let the desire to create entertainment get a little bit too much, and I added there for no reason, and it screwed up that plan. Because I mean, look at it. You can't make this up. It went right down, bounced off of the stop loss location, and then up it went. Now, would this have been a green trade? I'd like to think so. But also, if I'm fair, but would I be sitting there because of the entertainment thinking, okay, now you're going to pay me. Now you're going to pay me. I'm not selling until like up here. I could have done that. I don't know. So we're way too much in the world of hypotheticals. But I would have been in the green. So I'm not going to say that cost me a winning trade. Because like I said, I don't know how I would have, I don't know what the YouTube live stream voice would have said in terms of let's make this entertainment. Who knows? Maybe I would have added up. I don't know. But what I am saying is, had I just stayed with the 2, which I should have done, because I had everything mapped out, account blowing below that level, that makes sense. I would have had the opportunity at the green. So I'll structure it that way. I don't know if it would have been a winning trade, but there would have been the opportunity at the green. Russell Lowry, learning so much on your course and knew nothing about trading before. I appreciate that. Good. Made $40 plus today, hearing your voice in my head since can be supported, and it did. Good. Well, I don't know if that's good for you that my voice is in your head, but I know you've been hearing a lot of my voice. And yes, headed to futures soon as I finish robotics trading skill sharpening. Awesome, Russell. Very good. I'm glad you're looking. Am I blocked? You counted only people. Only to be fair, I've been. No, I said, yeah, you said that. Well, I think because your name's not easier to say. It was just easier to say Frank, Mark, and Steve. But no, you're not blocked. But yeah, don't pump your garbage stock. Please. But even that's disappointing. But that's kind of afternoon trading. Had this happen, in the opening session, in morning period, yeah, that's pretty brutal. But like, is this totally shocking? No, not really. So that's just kind of what you have to be aware of in the afternoon session. We have hit the goal. Again, if you've enjoyed the live stream and have not hit the like button, please do. I appreciate your feedback, as always. So hitting the like button goes a long way. I mean, right now, it's still all about that. Like, if you were thinking of, potential, like, I want to get short below that level. Again, nothing guaranteed to work, but I certainly would not call you crazy for thinking in that way. No, I don't think you're tripping. I may have skipped over you just because your name isn't as easy to say as other people, such as Frank, Mark, and Steve. So I may have ignored you, but it wasn't on purpose, or there was nothing. There's nothing behind it. I do appreciate you admitting the fact that you are pimping. Did I just say pimp? I guess it's kind of the same thing. You're pimping, you're pumping, APP. Yeah, don't do that. We're not here to pump. Thanks for today. Well, hopefully somebody made something. Again, for those of you that logged on, go back to my other account. We made live stream history today. Been live streaming for, I think, now officially about 2 months. Finally, not only did we have a red day, I think this is my first red day on stream, but it was account roasted. Account roasted. But it was funny because as soon as that happened, it was like, okay, well, let's go over to this account real quick because it's amazing. Like, okay, maybe I should start trading this one. And it's like, wait a second. Let's calm down. This is how you roast multiple accounts in a single day. So I'm going to lay down my foot with discipline here. Yeah, hard to trust any of these breakouts right now. Hard to trust them. Glee Llama, I'm up 141 today. Good job, Glee Llama. I'm going to get that trend line out of here. You disgust me. What was the first trade I took on that? I really like that first trade. It was, I think, was this it right here? I can't remember. I don't remember. But, I mean, we had this nice, beautiful move up. We had the bull, flag, bull pennant, whatever you want to call it. I can't remember. I bought somewhere right around here, I thought. And then just whoosh. Then what did I tried with the next one right here. It started to come back up, and I think I tried the tread line. I don't know, like right there. And then floosh. Then we had to sit through all this. And then that one right there caused me to add back down. That was game over. And then it went. That's what we call getting chopped to pieces. They're not breakouts. They were fake outs. That is true. Well, it all depends on strategy. Again, if you are a scalper, then this movement right here, that was plenty of room for you to make some, you had about at least 15 points. And 15 points from a scalping, especially if you're on an NQ, that's like, that could be like $300 in your pocket in just a few seconds. But yes, I agree. If you are looking for more, Jeff, no good. Hello, this is Clay. Hi, Jenny. How are you? Okay. That's gonna be the pole barn, but we're actually moving that anyways. It'll be even closer to where the flag's at right now. So yeah, you can kind of disregard all of that right now. Yeah, we were taking measurements and we were I think like at 125 feet or something like that from where the house would be, and then talked with our electrician and he said yeah, I mean that's fine to be a little bit more outside of the 100 feet. Yeah, no, I appreciate that, but we did take some measurements and we should be all set. No, that's kind of why we also wanted it over there just to kind of get it out of the way and keep it out of the way of everything. Well, I can't remember how it's gonna go, but he eventually wants to run it from the house to the barn. So, but and from what I understand is you guys can come back and do a secondary part. It doesn't necessarily have to be when you guys run the power lines the first time. I'll talk with my electrician and because I'd totally be making things up right now because I'm not quite sure what the total game plan is. Yeah, I'll talk with him and I'll get back to you on that because it sounds like we still have some flexibility if you guys probably won't be out for a few weeks anyways. Okay. Okay. Well, I will. Okay. Perfect. Well, if you need anything else from me, just let me know. All right. Thanks, Jenny. Yep. Yep. Bye. All right. So still, yeah, just again that purple line, it broke through it, but no really follow through. I'm still very curious. I mean, like I said, this overnight high in the world of futures, very observed area. So you still got to think a bunch, because in all actuality, I mean, we still do basically have this descending triangle. It's not. I confess I continue to adjust the trend line as we get more data, but I'm just trying to illustrate the general idea that there is still downwards pressure being symbolized by this downtrend, and then you have kind of this line in the sand right here. So I almost wonder, and I'm just thinking out loud. Could you try to anticipate the break of the with that trend line right there? Ooh, that's spicy. That's spicy. Do you get short? I don't know. Do you get short there? I'm again just talking out loud. Do you get short there? First profit target area there, and then if you get hit, you can start to bring down your stop loss, and maybe if you really get a payday, maybe you take off another one down here if you're doing multiple contracts at those lows, and then you hold down at your final position and see if these lows can be broken, and look, aim for down there. Again, just thinking out loud. Well, there it is. If I am not. I'm out for the day. I'm out. You know, you saw what happened. I've tapped out. You know, the market did that. You know, this was the market on me today. But we'll see. Clay, you had a cattle farm, right? No, I own cow. Well, I had an interest in cows. I fronted the money so the farmer could purchase cows. But no, I do not have a cattle farm. And we're at 3 hours. We'll go a little bit longer just because some of that was technically not the live stream. All right, well, there's the break right there. There's that spicy breakdown. Opening target. It's coming close. I suppose it depends on your... Maybe you're like, no, Clay, I just want to scalp that real quick. Fair enough. You'll regret the decision if it does hit if it hits this and this, but you will not regret the decision if this thing snaps back up. So again, it's always just what sort of management strategy. Again, scalpers, I would say they're probably already out, or they're very close to getting out with a nice little scalp. But then for them, it just becomes a question of, was that the right strategy? And, you know, they'll default to no, it was not the right strategy if it continues to collapse. But for the people that wanted more, again, getting close to that first price target, pull off some right there, bring your stop loss down to probably break even, maybe a little bit in the green, and then you just sit there and you're in a great spot. Hasn't quite hit the price target yet, though. Did anybody take that trade? Did anybody get short in the trend line right there? Again, scalpers are out, I would assume, at this point with a nice little profit, but now they're just saying, uh-oh, maybe I should have let it work for him a little bit. Again, I don't know how you're trading and how you would have played it, but maybe people already did lock it. I was like, you know, close enough to that line. I'm taking some profit. I'm moving my stop loss to break even. I could see that being the case too. So JD took the scalp for 40. Congratulations, JD. Right now, JD's maybe a little bit like, maybe I should not have chosen the scalp. I was thinking to go long. Well, I'm glad it was thinking. I'm glad you did not actually go long. Stubborn. Which makes me think that if it breaks here, you could really pay that. So now if it breaks, I could see just moving the stop loss above that high right there. But you got to wait until it breaks, I would say. So right now, I mean, I think probably a lot of people are at break even, maybe a little bit ahead. So I'm thinking some stop losses. I'm just guessing, you know, if this were kind of me, how would I do it? My stop loss, you know, assuming I got in at that break. Stop loss is probably like right there, give or take a little bit. Maybe I'd move it up a tad bit. So I'll paper trade this one. We'll see if I get stopped out here or not. So again, I would have taken off some profit right there. My stop would be right there for the remainder of my position. Shock this little movement. I mean, yeah, but what about all this? This was not a little movement. This was big movement. Boom, all the way down. Boom, all the way up. This was a big movement down. So, all right, I'd still be in. I'd still be surviving. Can it break down through that level? Can it break down through? If you're enjoying, hit that like button. If you like this commentary, let me know. Hit that like button. If you kind of like me just talking out loud like this, make sure you communicate that by hitting that like button. Really want to see if it's going to break down through there. Again, if it does, I'd say next probably profit target for people is probably going to be the lows right there. There it is. So that target is officially hit now. So overnight high has been hit. Again, if this were me, I'd be bringing my stop loss down to, you know, probably about right here, making sure that I'm in the green now. Because in my mind, I want to see this break down and start to get moving. But if it wants to come back up, I'm not saying, again, if you're like, Clay, I'd have my stop loss still above there. Totally cool. I see what you're doing. Maybe I can invest. Maybe I'm getting too aggressive here with my stop. Really no likes after that. So people are not enjoying this. Interesting. Because it was at 121 and I asked that question, and then the likes did not budge. Fair enough. Fair enough. Can it get down to that area right there? Where the crosshair is. So that is the next general price target. So only, okay, JD took it, but he scalped. Man, nobody else took it. I guess I don't blame you. Like, why would I, you clearly have no idea what you're talking about today. That's fair enough. And again, that crosshair is at just kind of my thinking out loud secondary potentially price target area. Boom, hit. Now down through lows. Man. That's how it goes some days. I have to be done for the day. Obviously, I didn't have it. And then sometimes you're just like, oh, that looks good. And, oh, that played out very well. Man. So, nice target. Like I said, okay, whoops. So, if I were in now, my stop loss, like I said, I'm just I'd put it right about there. Just letting it work for me. JD. Yep, so JD's exactly what I'm talking about. He chose scalp. And now the scalpers are saying, whoops, I should not have scalped. But to be fair to JD and other people, had this thing broke down and then gone like that, JD would be saying, I'm glad I scalped. And then people that were waiting for the bigger move would be saying, I probably should have just scalped that. But look at this movement. Man, all right, yeah, I need to. So my stop loss would be right there now. I'd just be moving it down if I were in the hypothetical trade here. Whoa, lost power for 2 hours, but I'm back. Oh, I know that goes. I lost internet yesterday. Man, what a move. And look at that. Those targets now starting to get hit. And I had my stop loss above these highs. Wow. Man, I'd be getting paid. Again, why are you armchair quarterbacking this one? Fair question, because my other account, my live stream account, I tried to go big, and I ended up going home. So that's what set me on the sidelines. That is why I am just kind of armchair quarterbacking this one. But to be fair, if you were here, you saw me map out that trend line. You saw me map this all out here. So the power of charts, the power of a trade plan, but I unfortunately could not take part of it because I need to be done for the day. Yes, I have an account that I could be trading right here, but I got to be done. And when you're done, you got to be done. Because I've said many times, got to be done for the day, and then I keep going, and then I'm like, wow, I just made a mess of myself when I said I was going to be done. So again, if you enjoyed this sort of commentary, make sure to hit that like button. Can we get this up to at least 125 likes? Hit that like button. Let's go. Let's go. All right, well, congratulations to everybody on that one that played it, especially for those of you that decided to hold. And for quick little sales mode here, if you're interested in getting in the prop firm game and you want to support the channel, please check out that like right there. And then if you are interested in my free webinar that I'm offering this Thursday, make sure you check that out with that secondary link right there. Would love to have you. Feel free to swing on by. So that is all I have for you. Wow. Over 3 hours. I think new record here, multiple ways, longest, all that good stuff. So I will see all of you back tomorrow. I think. I'm planning on it. But as always, make sure you manage that risk. And stay disciplined as a trader. Everybody take care. Have a good